What is up, everybody? I just started streaming and Tusk just turned on the vacuum. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Hopefully my sound suppression cuts that out. That was amazing timing. Literally the second I turned my mic on, Tusk starts vacuuming. I don't even. At least he's vacuuming. I mean, I guess there's that. Anyway, what's up, everybody? I figure mess around with Goetia some more here. Let me get my audio sorted. Here's my friend code. What I'll probably do is basically I need to remove everyone that I added yesterday and just re-add them because some people aren't going to be here right now. So like if you haven't logged on like really recently, I'm just going to remove you, but then you can just send it again. That way, you know, we're mostly using people that are present. If that makes any sense. I guess I'll have to pretty much remove everybody here. These are the invites. Because again, I don't know when these people were last on. These are some nice units, though. Okay, well, there's my friend code again, and I'm going to go hopefully use Beastly's Hercules real quick, just to show off how much stronger he is than everyone else, and how he, like, you know, a lot of people can solo this, but Hercules can, like, really solo this, and even if Goetia does nothing but, like, spam his Buster attack, I'm pretty sure Herc will win anyway. There's the boy. Alright. Alright, we got pretty reasonable command codes. These aren't, like, the really high-end ones, but that's fine. This will be actually kind of good for showing off, because, good God. I just realized we're using the buffed Hercules, too. So, I guess we do Atlas. Hey, Yuri, thank you for the resub for 8 months. Jesus. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I didn't stream yesterday because I did not sleep very well. So that whole shtick is still going on. It's not always meta to do Atlas. It depends. It's the same for Ku. You know, Ku doesn't always use Atlas. He normally does, but there are times that it's not right. There are just some fights that aren't based around longevity, It's based around like doing a specific amount of damage at specific times, and things like that, Atlas is still better. Because honestly, the survivability from Atlas sometimes is completely overkill, and in some fights it just doesn't work, so sometimes you just want that damage from the crit stars and the buster up and all that. But I would say now Atlas is probably right more than on. Kind of interesting how that happened though. It's very rarely does a unit getting buffed change what their best mystic codes are. Like, normally that kind of thing stays the same, but definitely changed for him. Yeah, until I get this breathing thing under control, I mean, sleep is going to be a problem. So the playable version of Goetia that's in the game files, he has that skill that he just used, by the way. I think it's on like an 8-turn cooldown. That's kind of funny. Like, the AI only uses it the one time and he's scripted to do it, but it's there, it's just like a skill. Yeah, that'd be cool to fight Goetia without the Bond gimmick. That'd be really interesting, honestly. I guess I cast Guts now anyway, even though it won't proc for a minute. So yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes you worry about NP gain, especially on health bars. If the enemy's health bar is going to break, no matter what attack you do, then maybe you go for NP gain. But against Goetia, I'm pretty sure you just see red press red. Very simple. Goetia, you fool. It's funny, I wanted Goetia to do that exact combination against Sanson so bad, and he never did. He never did. Because it's quick charge, so you take less damage, and then double quick attack, which is the least damaging, you know. And I wished he had done that on Sanson, and he never did. And Hercules here, who does not need the help. Hercules does not need the help, but he does it against Hercules. Goetia just wants it to be over with, clearly. Just think, if we had not used evade, we might have had our buster up already. Oh, right. Excuse me. Goetia still has his defense thing. That's actually fine, though, because it applies defense down, and then we'll start moving towards our next NP. That being said, might have been better to have held that. Hard to say. Depends on what Goetia does this turn. If I got my NP again, then using it was right. Okay, I didn't my NP. Slight mistake. I'll wait to do the clear. I just cannot believe how many turns. Oh, I should have been playing this song anyway. Excuse me, this is fitting. Goetia, that's not gonna help you. Well, it gave us art down. I was saving Atlas in case it gave us Buster down, but it's kind of GG there, Goetia. God, we haven't even gotten through, like, we literally haven't even gotten through the Bond CE yet, and then everything's coming off cooldown. Didn't hurt at all. We definitely messed up with our NP though. I just think Herc is so broken now it won't matter. Wow. Goetia knows. Goetia's actually trying now. I'll save evade. So Goetia's best move here would be to quick charge into NP and hope it procs Buster down. Which would mean I should have saved the deep up clear. I don't think it'll save him though. Oh my god. Yeah, he's fucked. It doesn't matter. I hope he procs the Buster down. Just try it, champ. Hey, thank you for the resub, man, Osaka. Come on, Buster down, do it. He did it. It's not gonna save him. So I like to point out that this is a very large Buster down, but look at all this Buster up we have, because they decided to buff Hercules for some reason. And also I like how Guts just wore off, and oh look, it's back, and I can apply Buster up again. And then when that's done, I have Evade, and then when that's done, I still have Invulnerability. Like, it's ridiculous. This poor bastard, man. Yeah, Herc needs another buff. Look at that, we're doing that much damage with the Buster down. Look at this nonsense, and then they get 3 of a kind bonus, get all the attack up and stuff. Easy. Dude, like, he's so good at this that, like, the RNG doesn't matter. You can misplay, Goetia can spam quick charge, it doesn't matter. We had so much wiggle room there, and I misplayed. It's like, dude, he's the best thing for soloing Goetia. Like, the wiggle room is just insane. He does not have an upgraded NP, it just doesn't really matter because he's got attack up, defense down, and a million Buster ups now. Like, who had that idea? Like, what was the train of thought that led to, guys, I think we need to give Hercules a Buster up. And they're like, yeah, I guess we could maybe do that. And they're like, but not just one, one that lasts multiple turns every time any Guts goes off. And then everyone was like, yeah, let's do that. That's fine. You know, there was one guy in the corner that was just like, oh no. So yeah, this is fine. This is totally fine. Oh yeah, I gotta check my invites now. I just saw Martha in the all slot. So, quick reminder, if you want me to use your units, gotta put whatever you want in the all slot. I highly recommend, you know, a C like Black Grail or something. Alright, what do we got? Not a lot. Okay, so I'm sorry, but if we use Billy, I'm obviously going to use mine because mine's bigger. We already did Kojiro, and he won, so that was a thing. I'm quite interested in how Izo does. I mean, it depends on the unit. What CE is best really just comes down to the unit. It's kind of about how much do you depend on NP damage or normal card damage. Alright, well, I guess Beastly's up first. Let me think. Okay, is their own debuff clear? Okay, hold on. I think he might do Atlas anyway. I don't know. I feel like it's going to end up being a damage race. You have to have a lot of survivability to go for the survivability route. And I don't know. What do we have command code-wise? We've got nothing too crazy. I'm thinking default. Like, I just don't think she's gonna live. Hey, Marks. I don't think she's gonna live long enough to take advantage of Atlas. I don't know, though. I think if we had the heal boost command code, then I would probably go Atlas. Because with the heal boost, I think it could stay in long enough. Maybe. Okay, guys, Hanson got this. If she beefs it, you'll see. She's a cavalry class, and normally that'd be, you know, good, but she is AoE. When you have this many quick cards and you don't get a quick chain. Evil's not a trait though. Evil's alignment. Like he's still got alignment and attribute and all that kind of stuff. It's just for traits he's only got king. But yeah, he's got, there's other, you know, other things interact with other things other than traits. You know, there's attribute and alignment and all that nonsense. I love Goetia's NP too. I just wish we could have a faster version for when we're doing this, especially because of his intro. Okay. We want our NP. We got that. Yeah, I think we just art chain just to be reliable. Make sure we got our NP immediately. Wait a minute though, because we're not giving her the stun thing, she's gonna have to wait her turn. Well, does she though? Hold on, what's her overcharge again? Is it defense down? Because if she's able to get her NP again, even if my NP does almost nothing, it's still not necessarily bad to use it. It's got defense down for 3 turns. Is it worth doing 1 less normal attack? Because our NP basically does nothing other than defense down. I'd basically be trading a normal attack for a defense down. That is so bad! He just quick charged like a motherfucker! What do you do? Oh, that ain't good. Because now if he quick charges once, he'll NP us in the face. Goetia, please. I'm gonna bet he quick charges. Gotta get my NP here. Make this worth it. If I don't get my NP next turn, using my NP like this is a waste. This song is Wicked Fight from Bravely Default. Yep! Boy, am I glad I caught that. I think if they ever give Goetia an animation update, they'd probably do it if they made him playable. But he's such an important boss that it wouldn't bother me if we gave him an animation update. I mean, overall, his animations still hold up quite well. He doesn't look bad at all. But it'd be cool to, you know, touch him up a little bit. Well, we didn't get our NP. That is unfortunate. Massive debuff resistance time, though. So we are living so long that we probably could have brought Atlas. Do I care about 1,000 damage that much? Yeah. Dude, they need. I legitimately think it's worth the time and the money to give animation updates to a lot of the enemies that you fight often, especially the ones that are supposed to be like, you know, mini bosses and stuff, like big dragons and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're prevalent enough, and they're big bosses and interludes and all that kind of stuff. Like, I think it's worth it to spruce them up. But yeah, DW's lazy. We can barely get them to give animation updates to regular characters, for God's sakes. I'm valuing that tiny heal more than the 1,000 damage. But it's like part of the game, what, you know, what people are experiencing, and a lot of the feedback you get is the enemies, right? Like if you were playing Ninja Gaiden Black, which is like one of my favorite action games, and all the enemies were gray blocks, you know, are you kidding? What was this run? This was just, by the way, I don't attack, I just quick charge. What do I even, like, it does... I think we just face tanked that. I think we're gonna die though. Even if we face tanked it, surely we're low. Yeah, she face tanked it. But yeah, we're going down now. Well, shit. So a big problem she has is her damage is limited because she's AoE, and then she has no hard survival. So if Goetia NPs more than once, as seen here in this picture, okay, Goetia, we get it. She's, you know, kind of screwed. She can really only handle one NP. Because she's got okay damage, and she's got good normal card survivability and that kind of thing. But yeah, her lack of any hard survival is an issue. And there are units that can win without hard survival, like Sanson, but that's because Sanson is single target and he's got the anti-evil and all that kind of thing. Because she's AoE, it's hard for her to win a damage race. Might give her another shot in a second here. Okay, we pretty sure Kualter can solo this. I'm not sure if he can though at like, you know, Bond 9, non-MLB, and then 6-10-6, you know, it's a lot of... We'll give it a shot, see what happens. I think he can probably still win. The question is, what do we give him? So this is always an issue with Kualter. Because his protection from arrows is 2 hits and not 3, sometimes you just randomly die on literally the turn that you cast it, and it's really annoying and it messes up like the timing with Atlas. Atlas is still good because of the debuff clear. I mean, if it does get us our skill back, it's worth it. Okay, so chat, we said if we did knight classes, we would give them the stun, and then no to cavalry classes. I guess for Berserker, I'll say bronze to silver get the stun, but then gold doesn't. I think that's fair, so we don't get gold for the stun. And this is tough. I'm gonna try, I don't know. I'm gonna try Atlas. This is really tough though, especially because we're not 10-10-10. I don't know if the cooldown reduction will be enough when you don't have the default cooldown reduction. You kind of need everything working together sometimes for it to come back fast enough, so I'm pretty skeptical of this actually working. If Atlas doesn't work though, then it's probably Anniversary Blonde. I know he can do this, I just don't know if he can do it when he's kind of scuffed like this. See, what's cool is that what just happened to Martha, if that had happened to Hercules, Hercules would have still won. Yeah, I was surprised she face tanked that. That was kind of cool. Well, it makes it kind of interesting because I already know a really upgraded Coulter will win, but now we're kind of scuffed. But we have command codes, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that works. Although I think the command codes we had won't really help. I think we had the heal one, which is normally good, but it's not really good for Coulter here because it's not going to make the difference between getting killed or not. Yeah, no quick chain either. Look at Sanson getting a Brave Chain and making 11 stars. Oh god. In case he triple attacks, I'm gonna do that. I don't want Guts going off right now. So this would be 4 and Guts would be 5 if we were maxed. I was thinking about doing the NP game, but because we don't have the stun, we have to wait a turn anyway. That was rather meta of him. Sadly, even if that 40% crits, it won't do anything because he's still got the crit shield. No, Robin can't solo this because he's a knight class. If Robin was a cavalry class, he absolutely could, but because he's a knight class, no way. Yeah, I don't think Atlas is worth it with their skill ranks as the R. I almost want to do... I think we do the art card and we try to get another NP, because we're in such a bad spot. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a double NP here. Although we could theoretically get a double NP without doing that, that's the thing. Yeah, Robin's got the exact kind of kit you would need to solo this. You got, you know, self-survivability with the evade. You can get a nice crit turn to make looping even easier. He's got one of the harder hitting single target NPs. The fact that, you know, Sanson can do it. So if Robin was working with the same, you know, situation that Sanson was, Robin would do it easily. Yeah, see, we could have, because of the attacks Goetia did there, we could have looped without doing the stuff. Well, if Goetia doesn't quick charge, we lose. But yeah, you absolutely can do this with Goetia. I've seen people do it, and it's well within his means. You just have to be a few more pieces of Exodia there, you know. Being 10-10-10 would have helped too. Although actually, I'm not sure if we're gonna be one turn off. Well, it kind of depends on what happens here, because we could technically die here. Oh no, we'll live. Also, we're just NP1. That's another thing. I think he can do it at NP1 though. If you get someone, oh, that's so bad. Oh my god, fucking did Buster down. Should have saved the Atlas. He makes her, yeah. So if we were 10-10-10, we could do the first skill here, but we'd still be one turn off from doing this one. That Buster down was insulting injury there. But you can look at, I mean, look, we're not bot 10, we're not 10-10-10, we're in P1, not Limit Broken Black Rail, all kinds of little things. So you can definitely do that. Honestly though, I don't think, I mean, Black Grail probably works. I'm sure you can do it with Black Grail, but Black Grail probably isn't his best CE here, just because he relies so much on normal card damage. Obviously, it's fine. Like I think he can get it done with Black Grail, but he's probably better with something that boosts normal card damage, or like the Canis CE or something like that, just for the extra living, and you just see red press red a lot. Okay, Jolter should. Oh, well, we're gonna have. Obviously we know he can do that. Although I don't know if he can do that at that bond level. So that'll be interesting to see. Which I'm assuming that's why Lost did that, because we already know he can do it. But yeah, at that bond level, I don't know. That'll be tough. So Jolter, let's see, what do we got command code wise? We got heal, debuff removal, star gen, no heal boost. Let me think. And there's Canis CE with Canis though, with the gifted sub. I appreciate it. God. Anyway, I swear that's every time. So Avengers are kind of tanky here, but she doesn't have that much health because that's just how she is. Maybe default. I think with Atlas, let me look at it depends on the cooldown on her third skill. Six turns. If it was 5, I would say absolutely Atlas. I'll go Atlas, and we'll see if we can use our second skill, our third skill twice. If we can, this is worth. If we can't, it's not. I just realized I'm playing an extended version of the song, and it's like going on forever. Excuse me. Yeah, Avengers are like the opposite of Cavalry class. Cavalry class does double damage to him, and they take normal damage. Avengers take half damage, but do normal damage. Which is still good. Living longer means you get more turns to do more damage, right? Like, Avengers, Berserkers, and Cavalry classes do pretty well here. Night classes do terrible because they get no bonus and but they have negatives. Like they do not do the double damage that cavalry classes do, and they take double damage, so it's pretty bad. Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, rulers are neutral. But they don't take the double damage that night classes take, so it's quite handy. I've never actually tried a good Lobo, so I do not know. He'd probably have to go the damage race route, so probably default. I don't think he would have the damage. And a lot of the utility in his toolkit wouldn't be very relevant here. I don't think he would chain himself, though. I think he could do alright. And then I don't know, if he was truly pimped out, he might be able to do it. Alright, so the shitty thing is, I need to use my third skill right now. If we gave her the stun, that would be really nice, because oh, this sucks. Like, I need to use my skills right now. This makes me think you don't use Atlas, because it's so bad for her to use her skills right now. Because he's got the, because like, oh, but we say, oh, but you got the Buster up, so that's good, but it's not good, because, he's got the crit shield and everything. But I'll do it, but yeah, this is not ideal. Crits do mean more NP gain and more stars. I'll take the heal. Do that. This is Velvet's theme from Tales of Vesperia. Not Vesperia, Vesperia. I need to play that game again. That was a very enjoyable game. Velvet is one of the few main characters that I actually like a lot. Like, she's probably not my favorite character in that game, but she was a good main character. Yuri's definitely the best main character, though, for Tales of, in my opinion. Okay. There's really no point in NPing here. We'd apply buff block, but that doesn't do anything. Thanks, stars. I love Vesperia. I was actually playing a little bit the other day. Yeah, Vesperia is not my favorite Tales of game in terms of combat. It's the newer Tales of games in general just don't quite float my boat in that department. But it's still enjoyable. I still have fun doing the combos and messing around with stuff. Like, the gameplay is not awful, but I don't like the gameplay nearly as much as I do from like Symphonia or Vesperia or Abyss. But the characters were really good, the music was good, the story was good, and like I said, the gameplay was still enjoyable. I'm gonna guess he'll quick charge. Yeah, I'm not crazy about Atlas here. Like, my first NP, and I don't even have my buffs, so I think it's better to go short term. We'll get so much more done on our turns. We'll have less turns, but we'll get so much more done with those turns if we do like default or Atlas. I mean anniversary launch. I definitely like Vesperia Definitive Edition the most, gameplay-wise. I do like Abyss a lot, though, I have to say. Abyss does have really fun gameplay. It's a good sandbox for... And Vesperia is just a really good sandbox, in my opinion, because you can do things like... Wait, I thought I cast Invulnerability. I was all saying I thought he was going to quick charge. What the fuck? I was betting on him quick charging, and I thought I cast Invulnerability, but I didn't. Well, that's annoying. Well, we lived. But we would have lived longer if we had used invulnerability on that, like, rather obviously. Might be able to squeeze out another turn for survival. I don't know, maybe we do Atlas, though, because with the heal, And if we had not fucked up the invulnerability there, we could definitely live a while. I don't know though, I think we might need the damage. Hard to say. I mean, if I had not forgotten to cast invulnerability, I would definitely live at least one more turn. Now, I don't know what I said because I'm tired as fuck, but I was 100% thinking he was going to quick charge because I feel like he quick charges pretty often. If he's only one tick away, I normally go with it's more likely to happen than not. She definitely can win. I'm just not sure what gives us the best odds of winning. Just in case we kill here. If we crit, we might kill here. Makes me sad. If I hadn't messed up, I think we would have won this run. Like, one more turn is really all we needed. Yeah, if I hadn't messed up, I think we would have won here. Alright, let me think. I'm thinking... It's really hard to use, it's really hard to use Anniversary Blonde with her because you don't know when to cast Guts, because the damage output on Goetia is so much lower. But it guarantees crits, which is nice because she has a crit skill, and being able to guarantee capitalize on that is really good. But default's not bad either because attack up applies to all your cards, applies to your extra attack, and then the heal can buy you a turn. So yeah, he kind of BMing on us there. Honestly, she might be somebody that doesn't need Black Grail. I think Black Grail's okay. I think her MP does enough damage that Black Grail can be worth. But she does so much normal card damage, it would not surprise me if she's better off with like the Yang CE or like Victor from the Moon or whatever it's called, or you know, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It depends on various things. But she does do not aerial drive. Definitely not aerial drive. Starting MP is just so much less good in this fight than it normally is. Now that is a unit. I kind of want to use that real quick. Shit, I want to use everything here. We'll definitely do Jolter again, but we'll try one of these. Oh shit, it's I'll leave it up to chat. Chat, what do you want? Do you want Izo or Ricky Boy? Now Ricky Boy's not Bond 10, but he does have MLB. Okay, looking like Izo. Wow, Izo won that pretty hard. Damn. What happened to Ricky Boy being popular, man? That's an oof. So okay, 100 Face beat this, and she did not have a Limit Broken Black Grail either. And she even had extra value, quite a bit of it. But I kind of think Izo might fail unless he gets really lucky. I think if he gets lucky, he might win, but I don't think he's gonna do nearly as well as 100 Face. Because even when the enemy is humanoid, in terms of like, unless Izo's able to win while his burst damage is up, as time goes on, 100 Face outpaces him. Like for all those turns where he doesn't have it, she ends up catching up and then exceeding him. So in like overall value, she's actually better than him and this kind of thing. And he doesn't get his humanoid damage here. So I think he might have a bad time. I'm gonna go with default. I think he's gonna need the damage race. Like 100 Face beat this with flying colors, and like I said, she had extra value, so that gives me hope that Izo might be able to do it. But I don't know. Like I think it's gonna be tough. I don't think we have tried other Snake here. The thing is, I mean, Sanson can solo this, and Sanson only has one skill. Well, actually, no, Sanson has 2 skills here, really, but his heal is kind of a half a skill. But, Izo still has all 3 of his skills, because the Star Absorb can let you reroll, not that great, but it's something, and his first skill still has the crit damage on it, so it's okay. Like, he has what you need to win. The main issue is Izo does not have an upgraded NP. Like, and with the fact that we're going to be NPing so often, I think that's going to be the problem. I mean, anyone that's 100 is grailed. Nobody gets 100 by default. Goes to add a 6-star. That would be an awesome Bond 15 reward. It'd actually be worth it considering how grindy it is to get Bond 15. But Wales would set up those programs, you know, the clicking programs, and get everything to 100. It'd be stupid. But it'd be nice if Bond 15 did something. Yeah, his skill number 1's got the crit thing on it, so at least does something. So, obviously our crits won't do bonus damage right now, but it's still normal card damage, and it gets MP gain, so... That was rough. I'm gonna NP just for the star rate. I'm gonna get my NP again. Like, for sure. So I might as well get the star rate. Good damage, good damage. Watch him triple buster and I don't get my NP back. That's not a good start. Okay, we're good. We have triple attack down. Well, we're screwed. God, this was a fairly poor performance. Some of it was bad luck, but also his kit's just not good here. Like, I mean, it's good enough. I think he can solo it. Like, it's good enough because he's got a hard survival skill. You know, he's cavalry class. But I think, like Sanson, he would need a lot of RNG to win. Because if things go well and you're able to NP, you know, twice in a row pretty much, and you don't have a bunch of attack downs and stuff, I mean, it's crazy how much damage you do. Frog missing for Goetia, yeah, I really should use that in the video at some point. The problem is, the music is so unfitting for the fight, right? Like, it doesn't work very well. If I tell you what though, if they put Rogna in the game as like a, let me put if the unit that I was using, if the unit fighting Goetia, the song fit, then I would use it, right? But using it for Goetia alone doesn't really work. Like, the reference is nice, but the song on its own just doesn't fit. So this is one of those times I think we would need to debuff clear command code because it's just too much attack down. And Kojiro did better, although Kojiro also had significantly better luck than this. Shame the boss isn't humanoid. Oh my god, Rex, why? So the thing that's gonna make this hard for her is the fact that her defense up only lasts one turn. Because Hans can do this, and fucking Yeet Neat can do this. I don't know if Tan can or not. Like, she's got the other defense that lasts forever, but that one's not. Well, maybe that one is enough, though, because we can cast it more often because of her NP. I don't know, though. We're gonna need a lot of uptime. Yeah, I know the other defense up is 3 turns, but, like, you have to be able to face tank NPs, right? And the longer lasting one's not gonna do so hot there. I really am surprised that Hans can do this, but yeah, he can. You pretty much have to have the buff success chance command code, because you need to never miss a defense up. Basically, you give him the defense up CE, and then you get good enough uptime on your NP that you can actually face tank Goetia's NP just fine. The difference is, like, Tam doesn't have a defense buff on her NP. He has it on his skill, and skills have cooldown. Now, if Hans' defense up was on his skill, Hans should not solo this. The reason Hans can solo this is because his defense up is on his NP. Now, she has the cooldown reduction, though, so we'll just have to see. So if he ever is one turn away from NPing, like for one quick charge to give him his NP, it will drain. Yeah, the heal boost command code is going to help us a lot. The issue is not surviving the normal card damage. That we can assuredly do. The issue is surviving NP spam. So, I think do you have the, you should give her the debuff removal command code, for the same reason Hans wanted it, because they're going to be spamming so much. Being able to randomly remove, you know, some of these debuffs here and there really adds up. Hey, Arjuna. Yeah, I know. It's probably not worth it now because we already started and this takes a million turns, but like it would definitely help because it helped Hans a lot. Like Hans got huge mileage out of it. Not a very good start, gotta say. But yeah, honestly, for units that play like this, the ones that play like Hans and the Neat and Tam and Irisveal, for units like that in this fight, the debuff command code I think is like the best one. Because the fight goes on so long, Goetia has a million chances to debuff. And the defense down just starts to add up too much. Yeah, we have like 40% defense down right now. It's not good. Her overcharge doesn't affect her at all in a solo. I actually might use her art up before my NP so I get double heal up. I can get to basically max health. Normally I'd use invulnerability here, but because I can get so much health, I won't, because I think I can face tank it if he happens to do it, and I'm just hoping he doesn't do it, basically. It's really bad if he quick charges, but it's really bad if I do invulnerability. It's worse if I do invulnerability and he doesn't quick charge. So we get like an absolutely massive heal here, because we get double heal up. Don't do it, Goetia. I know he normally does. And first fucking action. Oh my god. Well, that's bad. Hopefully he does a quick attack after, or a quick charge. He was gonna get the art down. Oh, that's another reason why we need the debuff clear, is if we get art down. Well, the good news is, you know, I almost want to save our second skill for turns like that, where it's like maybe, you know, well, no, we'll definitely cast it now, because it'll be back by the time we need it again, because of our cooldown reduction. But yeah, even though we don't have heal boost, I'm gonna cast this. I need to not, you know, fall over dead. Oh, this art up we have though. That command code is just there to be troll, I swear. Poor Lantoria. I do like being able to do the art card first, though. Like, because the NP gain is good enough that you don't really need to do it after, and getting the double heal up is awesome. Very chunky heals. See, we could remove one of those defense downs. I don't actually want to drain. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna get the value out of invulnerability while I know I can. So I'm not gonna drain. Surely this is going to give us art up. It gave us quick up. That really helps. Great command code. So you know what would be better is the 1k heal command code on the Buster card, and a debuff removal on one of the art cards. That would make this a lot, like, we might be able to win, but bad RNG can still get us. Those would really help out. I mean, you can always switch them and then switch them back, you know, that's the, Well, our cooldown reduction is going to be irrelevant here, because our skills come back next turn anyway. Because these debuffs, man, god, look at all this fucking defense down. More healing though. That's like my favorite thing ever is Did I Stutter? What the hell? Okay, it's time for the drain there. Give me that art up. There you go. It had to work eventually, and we crit. Hello. I wish that buff lasted 2 turns or something. You know what? It should last 3 turns, but then have a cooldown. That's what it should do. That would, because it's only 10% and it's random. So like honestly, lasting like 2 or 3 turns and having a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, I think it should last 3 turns and have a 3-turn cooldown. That would make it much better. I don't think I need the heal boost before, so I'll just cast it after. I could have swapped those arts around. I was putting that last because I didn't want the other command code to take the heal boost, but we're not using the other heal command code, so that's 1000 damage command code does not eat the heal boost, so there was no point in doing it in that order. Should be fine here. I felt the double charge. It happens sometimes. It's not bad when he attacks then double charges, because then he doesn't have enough actions left to NP. It's when it's his first 2 actions. And like sometimes he'll attack, or he'll charge, attack, charge. Stuff like that. It's charge, that's the nightmare. I honestly think she could do this very easily if you did change up the command codes, because she obviously can do this, but there are some, you know, issues with RNG and with that extra healing and whatnot, and removing some of the defense downs. I think you'd be able to weather just about any storm here. Well, that's good. You got NP again here is actually quite nice. I tell you though, when you're soloing, so often when you lower your cooldowns, they're gonna come back next turn anyway. It's unfortunate. Honestly, I wonder if I don't NP then. I mean, the heal's better than nothing. There's no need to buff Tam. I honestly think she's one of the most underrated 5-stars. It's not like people think she's bad, but people act like she's so behind the other big supports when she absolutely is not. Like, people just, their only lens is 3-turn farming. That's their only fucking lens, which is stupid. I have a little bit of Stargin down. Come on, give me that art up. Wait, I couldn't tell what it gave me. I don't think it would always bust her up. Well, better than quick up. It's funny because Tam with Castoria is so fucking strong. Like because like I don't understand why people don't realize how fucking broken cooldown reduction is on an NP that you can spam. Like, of course that's OP. Also, what's really funny is, you know, Tam's specialty is, you know, more challenge quests and that kind of thing, but she also can 3-turn. I don't know if people don't realize this. This has been a thing forever. It's been a thing forever that you can do art teams that can 3-turn just like double scatty. That's been a thing for so long, right? Where the NP refund is just so huge, and you got the large art up and now in the NP damage up, so you're actually doing more damage per loop than most setups. Like she can't 3-turn with as many things because she relies on whatever unit she's working with to have an okay hit count, right? But like she can still do it, and like once you're at the, if you have the units that can do it, you don't need Castoria. It's like, oh wow, this can 3-turn with but you can 3-turn with Geronimo, but you're not using Geronimo, so who cares? It's just kind of like if you have Edmund, you don't really care about Castoria that much. It doesn't matter. Now for some people it does, sure, but there's a lot of setups that do 3-turn farm with Tam just fine. Like they work really well and they have extremely high damage output. And then as a bonus, you have all these awesome things for challenge quests with the cooldown reduction and all that nonsense. Yeah, Akko not being a caster would be stupid. Like, she absolutely should be a caster. That's just, it would be insane for her not to be. All the stupid fucking questions in chat there. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do it like this. Honako being a foreigner is stupid. She's not from outer space. No, that's not how foreigner works. Like, no! That is so stupid! If what you just said is true, every fucking caster in the entire game would be a foreigner. All magic comes from the root. Magic comes from the root, right? It's not just true magic. People aren't able to spawn fireballs because they try real hard. It doesn't work that way. Like, magic in the universe all comes from the root. All of it does. It doesn't matter if it's true magic or not. And the root does not count as a fucking foreigner. That's so stupid. Why would you ever think that? Like, all the things on Gaia have to do with the root, right? The things that, like, that's the kind of shit that's not going to be a foreigner. Shit that's a foreigner is Cthulhu, right? It's not that, oh, hey, I get my power from off the planet. It's I'm being possessed by literally Cthulhu, who's not even from this fucking universe. So that's why I'm a foreigner, right? It's from space. It's space bullshit. The root does not count as literally everyone would be a foreigner if that was the criteria to be a foreigner. Like, literally everything is connected to the root. That's why it's called the root. Like, Shiki's a fucking foreigner, and no, like, things that are from Earth are not foreigners, obviously. Jesus, why did I just have to explain that? Guys, Medea was a foreigner all along, and so was Cersei, and so was, you know, literally every god. Except not. Did I cast the heal boost? I did not. Gotta live 2 more turns to get rid of these defense downs. I think even though we might get an NP problem coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and cast this. Because I have a lot of defense downs. I'll do the heal. No! I'll do the heal boost first. Hey guys, the Earth was a foreigner all along. This is kind of bad, because if he quick charges, we still have a lot of defense downs. We have 3. If he doesn't quick charge, we're fine, because then I can debuff clear. This is where these command codes would add up. We'd have full health right now and 2 less defense downs. God, do I use the heal boost on the shitty? Yeah, I think I do. Just whatever I can do to help live. I remember when they first made Foreigner class, people were seriously thinking it applied. And there we go. Okay, that sucks. I don't know what they'll do for Ort. Ort is from space. Like, he is foreign to the planet, and like, they pretty much described how he's like an alien invader and everything, so they might use Foreigner. But it's also from this solar system, so I don't know if they would use it for that. They haven't really been clear, so... Whoo! That was close. I think I can just kill him this turn. Oh, we're like... For a second there, I thought this might be close if I didn't kill him this turn, but no, it's not. Because I have like 100% defense up now, so... I have 90% defense up, double art, and I could NP again if I wanted. The safe thing to do is to NP, because there's absolutely no way you die, but I'm pretty sure we can kill him. I'll do NP. I'm actually happy if we don't kill him, because then I can just close the stage and not have to close the app. And this is just an absolute guarantee that we won't die. We actually might still kill him with just this, though, because we have double art up. So. Oh, right. I forgot that we have Kira abs. Excuse me. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, we have 110% defense up. So yeah, we can't take any damage. So yeah, there was no point in NPing then. I should just art change. I just forgot. Also, I honestly kind of want to not, because I want to not kill him, because then he'll be so low that no one would even doubt that I would kill him this turn, and then I don't have to close the app, and that's just easier, so. Honako being a foreigner, that's just fucking insanity. Yeah, he's dead. Wow. Talk about insurance. I really wish that had not killed, because then I don't have to reset the emulator bullshit and everything and just go right back in, but, oh well. She's too strong, man. Dude, I almost just clicked go back into the stage. Oh my god, that would have been horrible. Well, that's gonna be tough because it's not an MLB Black Grail, and she's not Bond 10. I think she'll probably fail because of that. Because like I always say, it's like when you have all the pieces to Exodia, it's like it's just so much damage. It allows you to get around. You need to win before Goetia kills you, right? This is gonna be tough. I definitely want to try Jolter again. Well, we'll try this though. I'm quite confident she could do this if she had MLB Black Grail and she was Bond 10. And maybe just one or the other. She may not need both. But without either, I know this game well enough, and like it's so easy to compare her to 100 Phase, like in terms of like how often she can NP damage, survivability, and everything. And she comes up short in a lot of areas here, and then she's not Bond 10 and everything. So I don't see how this would be possible unless you got crazy lucky. Shiki can do it. She just needs the right stuff. You know, you need to be Bond 10. I don't know if she'd need an MLB Black Grail or not. She might be able to do it with a regular one, and she might be able to do it with Heaven's Feel. I don't know. But if you have a Bond, if Bond 10 Shiki with Lemon Broker and Black Grail, 10-10-10, all that good stuff, she definitely could do it. Now, you know, it's hard to say if she's one of those units that could do it without any RNG at all, because like there's a lot of RNG with the way Goetia works. But some units are just so good, like Hercules, that they can win regardless of any of that. I'm not sure if Shiki is one of those, but I know for a fact. I mean, it's not. If Sanson can do it, there's your benchmark, right? If Sanson can fucking do it, it's like it's pretty easy to compare the other cavalry classes to figure out if they can do it or not. It's less of if they can do it and more of do you have the stuff you need to do it. It's like, are you Bond 10? Do you have Black Grail? You know, are you 10-10-10? Are you know, those things are kind of what decides it for a lot of the cavalry class people. Now, where it gets more spicy is when they're AoE or they're not a cavalry class or, you know, things like that. Or they don't have any survivability skills. If you don't have like an evade or guts or anything like that, then it gets harder too. I'm not sure who would win between Zeus and Goetia because there's a lot of weirdness there because Goetia is not actually as strong as a lot of people think because he needs so much time to build up his NP to be the way that it was. He's still really strong and he's still got you know, the demon pillars and everything, so it kind of just depends. And they didn't detail, Zeus doesn't have a character material book yet and he never used like his most powerful attacks in the story, so we don't honestly, I'm gonna bet once we know more about Zeus, I'm gonna bet that Zeus is stronger. We don't know enough about him yet to be sure about that, but I'm gonna suspect that it's Zeus, especially if Goetia doesn't have 3,000 fucking years to prep. However, you also have to remember though that Zeus is stronger than normal in Lost Belt 5. Like normally Zeus isn't like that. He's that strong because of, you know, specific things that happened in that timeline, right? So literally any other time you run into Zeus, he's not going to be as strong as that. He's still really strong though. So it depends. And even if Goetia did have 3,000 years, I think at best they would double down. But honestly, I really do think Zeus is going to end up being stronger than Goetia once Zeus gets a character material book. Like from what we just see in his bio, I think Zeus is stronger. At least in Lost Belt 5. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, modern Magus would obviously be casters. Because they're Magus. Like, that's how this works. Oh yeah, I can skill seal. We kind of want to save that though in terms that you don't want him to quick charge. When you're sitting there like, oh my god, quick charging would be so bad here, that's when you want to do that. Wait, no, no, hold on. She has NP seal, and then her NP is skill seal. This is going to be weird. This is going to be weird. So I guess I do this now then. Actually, Shiro probably would be a caster. It depends. It probably just depend on, like, because the thing is, Shiro's life plays out very differently in different timelines and stuff. So, like, Nameless's proper class is Gunner, right? But that's because his past is fairly different from typical Shiro's. Like, he is Shiro, but his life played out differently. right? So I think it really just depends on how his life plays out. So I think he could be caster, archer, obviously archer, and then gunner. Those are like the ones that are kind of obvious for him. But like regular Fate timeline Shiro, I don't think qualifies for gunner like Nameless does. He just didn't have like the same life like that. I almost want to just cast. Casting Evade makes more sense when he has Skill Seal on him because then he has to attack 3 times. If I'm ever going to face tank, this is the one to face tank, so you self-heal. Also, the Alien God makes people's classes different. Like they're not, they get summoned as classes they're not normally. He seems to like force them into being alter egos. But they come up with all kinds of bullshit reasons to change people's class, like just for sales or just to be different and stuff. Like, my god. The fact that I guess I evade now because I'll skill seal him. And then he'll have to attack 3 times. Yeah, that's right. Dots! Also, I just realized I should not have used the attack up because it's fine to NP when he still has the shield. Like, that's not a problem, but there's no reason to do the attack up. The only time it's wrong to NP when he still has the shield up is if you don't get your NP back. But, I mean, she's obviously going to get her NP back. But the attack up is wasted, so. So many people act like you're not supposed to NP when he has the shield up, but you're wrong. Like, it's completely fine to NP when he has the shield up. Because look, I have my NP again. Yeah, I like how they even said in FGO that that's not his actual class, and they basically just had to do that because of FGO. And then literally we found out what his class was. Like, okay, well done. Wow, that sucked. Who knew that Voyager's class would have been Voyager? I've been saying that shit for years. Good old Mario. I'm gonna summon Faust if he showed up again, but I don't see him there. Alright, I think Ricky Boy is screwed because he's gonna have to win. Okay, you know what? We're gonna give him the stun. We kind of have to give him Atlas. This is so messed up. If we were Bond 10, I think he might be able to do this. But without Bond 10, I don't think it's going to happen. It makes complete sense, though, if Voyager is derivative of Rider, just how, like... Because I've said this so many times, this is just a canonical thing. Extra classes are derivative of the normal classes, which in turn are derivative of the grand classes. Ultimately, that's all there are. In truth, all there is Grand Saber, Grand Rider, Grand Archer, Grand Caster, blah, 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 blah. Then the man-made Grail system, you know, has like dumbed-down versions of those classes. And then your extra classes are like alternate versions of those classes. Avenger is an alternate Berserker that's been confirmed since Fate Hollow. And the War, like, this isn't new shit they just made up. This has always been the case, right? Always has been, by the way. Because like in Angra's War, he was summoned as an Avenger. and he took up the berserker slot. You know, he's just derivative of a berserker. And then they say for Billy, in a normal Grail War, he'd be summoned as a gunner, and he would take up the archer slot, right? Like, gunner is just like a derivative version of archer. And in some cases, they're like a combination of two classes. I think that's how ruler works, basically. And Voyager is probably some kind of derivative thing of rider, and that makes sense because gunner is like a specialized archer, right? The general class is a ranged combatant, right? That's what archer is. It's ranged combatants. And then the extra classes that are derivative of it are like specialized, right? A gunner is a ranged combatant that doesn't just have a gun, specializes in guns. It's not like some bitch like Blackbeard who just picks up a flintlock and shoots it, right? It's not the same. It's someone like, you know, Billy the Kid who spent an ungodly amount of time with firearms, right? Like that's why Billy has it and Blackbeard doesn't. And Voyager, I would imagine, is pretty specific to astronauts, and it's because they ride spaceships, you know, which is a lot more specific than being a writer, but they're still a writer. They're just a very specific writer. I don't know, I have to explain this so often. I don't know why. It's not that crazy of a concept, and people are always calling bullshit on extra classes, and normally they actually make plenty of sense. Like, I saw some people saying, like, gunner is, like, too specific. I'm like, they're always specific! That's what extra classes are! Like, they're taking a general thing, and they're making it a lot more specific. Like, Avenger is a fucking berserker, but it's not just mad, they specifically want revenge, right? Like, a lot of berserkers want revenge, but, like, a lot of berserkers are also not after revenge, they're just pissed! Alright, Medusa, don't, I knew you were gonna fuck it up. I just knew, even though the odds are terrible, I'm so tempted to just upgrade her first skill. I'm so tired of that happening. And it only happens every once in a while, but it's such a waste of time when it does. But I don't want to waste, like, on this account, I don't want to waste the fucking gems. And if I just get a fucking CE, I won't need to. Like, the CE can make it guaranteed, too. And I had the CE, I just burned it. I mean, moon cancer exists specifically because of the moon cell. Like, in regular old Fate Stay Night, it is completely impossible to summon BB as a moon cancer because she doesn't even exist in, like, the system that can be summoned there. Like, it just doesn't work that way. It's just, moon cell nonsense. Well, I was kind of lucky that we got an extra chain. I mean, quick chain. God, I'm tired. I'm so mad. I was starting to feel better, and then it was the night before last. I had a lot of breathing problems again and didn't sleep very well. And then last night, I didn't sleep great, but I didn't sleep awful either. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to see a specialist about this. It's not really worth doing right now, though, because it's impossible to get a hold of a doctor right now where I live. At least the specialist doctor. Like, the wait period is well over a month. And with the virus and everything, I don't really want to bother. But once everything calms down, I'm gonna get it, hopefully, get one of those breathing masks. So when I have a bad night, I can do that. I mean, loads of assassins have extremely good DPS. Like, you know, Lee and Kama, like, Jesus Christ. You want to talk about a unit that has an easy time here? Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm tired of this whole sleep apnea thing. It's been going on for so long, and I know it's how it works. Certainly sleep apnea does not go away. That's the thing. You either have to have surgery or get a mask. Like, that's pretty much the only way out. But I have it from allergies, so it's not necessarily. Although I actually don't know for sure it's from allergies alone. I may have other things causing it. And when I think back throughout my life, I actually have had a lot of times where it's like I feel like I didn't sleep well, even if I did sleep. So I'm going to have to see a specialist. There's just no way around it. Like, even if it is allergies, I'm going to need to see one. So yeah, I may have problems beyond my allergies. But yeah, I have not felt like my proper self in a very long time now. I was starting to feel better, but then I got bad again, so... Yeah, I'm not obese. But no, that's a common misconception. Now, it's true, a lot of people that have sleep apnea have it because they're overweight, and it causes like a lot of like, you know, their internals are like, you know, the wrong size and stuff, and it like makes blockages and stuff. But there are a lot of ways to get sleep apnea that have nothing to do with weight. Like, it's kind of like lung cancer. Everybody thinks you only get it through smoking, but it's just not true. You can get lung cancer for all kinds of reasons, and it's the same thing with sleep apnea. Some people can be, you know, thin, and they just happen to have like, basically like the way their sinuses are and the way their nose is and stuff. They can have like, you know, I don't know how to say this without sounding gross, but like, you basically you have like, I don't know what the proper word for it is, but you basically have like, you know, skin growths and things in your body, and sometimes they're just too big and they're in weird angles, especially when you're sleeping and you're on your back. You know, they can like, you know, gravity can make them, you know, block things and stuff. So there's a lot of things that can cause sleep apnea, and then obviously allergies is one, because allergies can just straight up make it so you're like you cannot breathe out of your nose at all, and then your tonsils, for God's sakes, can block your breathing in your mouth, and so then, you know, there you go. And I still have my tonsils, so that could be a thing too. But yeah, the thing is, all the things that cause sleep apnea can happen to anybody, right? But then on top of that, there's extra stuff that can cause it if you're overweight. So objectively, like if you're an overweight person, you have the same odds of getting sleep apnea as everyone else does through allergies or through natural, you know, bad sinus sizes or a natural like blockage or something, or tonsils or whatever. But then you also have all these other things that can cause it from the weight. So ultimately, more people that are overweight are going to have sleep apnea than literally anyone else. It's just a fact, because all the, you know, anything that can affect me can also affect them, and a bunch of other things can affect them as well. So it you but yeah, it's something you have to really look out for. But yeah, there's many causes for sleep apnea. I know I'm having problems breathing because of my allergies, and I've always had problems with that. But I am starting to think I may have other issues on top of it. Yeah, tonsils don't really do anything. So the attack up right now is kind of wasted, but I'd kind of like to not get, you know, murdered. The thing is, I've already talked to a doctor, and I basically have to see a specialist, and the wait time is fairly long. Like, a regular doctor with the issues I'm having is not going to be able to help me much, outside of, like, just giving me, like, anti-inflammatories and things like that. Like, pretty much any help I can get from a doctor I've already gotten, and they said I have to see a specialist, right? So, which I'm not even remotely surprised by. Like, that is what you would expect from this situation. Bloody attack down, but what are you gonna do? But actually, my doctor told me that it's going to be difficult because sleep apnea caused by allergies is notoriously difficult to get diagnosed in the first place, and it can be very difficult to combat as well. Are you fucking kidding me, Goetia? Well, that's not good. Goetia's really not having our shit today. Well, we actually face tanked that because we had our defense buff still, so that's good. See, this is where... Wow, we didn't get our NP back. That's some shit. Please generate the stars from the BB slot machine so that I can crit next turn. Nope, he healed, which is pretty irrelevant because we're probably gonna die next turn anyway. So, it's pretty obvious that with better luck he could have beaten this though. You know what, just to be dramatic, you'll never take us alive. But we're not that far off. Like, when you do almost half his health with an NP, you only need to get 2 clean NPs off with some damage bonus and, you know, live a few turns to win. But him NPing us so early like that really screwed us. But, and we're not even Bond 10. Like, we're not even Bond 10, so he definitely can do that. Not sure this Ricky can do it, but, it's certainly possible to do that with him. Which, again, is not surprising because Sanson can do this, so... The thing is, Sanson can only do it, though, because Sanson has all the pieces of Exodia. All of them. He's Bond 10, he's level 100, he's 2k foed, he has limit broken Black Grail. I gave him command codes. Black Grail's level 100. You know, it's literally everything ever, right? It's all, you know, Sanson sucks, but he has as much prep as you can possibly have, so... Now, that would be funny. I've seen Ozzy solo this. Like, Cairo has soloed Goetia with Ozzy before. Hell, I've soloed Goetia with Ozzy before. But this one, he's got, like, no bond bonus. So, I might try it, but I'm pretty sure that... Like, I don't think he needs to be bond 10, but I don't think he can do it at... What is this, bond 5? Like, that's so little bonus. I don't think that's happening. And Ash is a knight class, so he definitely can't win, but we'll see how he does. With knight classes, you're not really judging if they win, you're judging how far they get. Now, of course, there are a few knight classes that can do this, but they're, you know, very exceptional generally, so... I tell you though, through research and talking to a doctor and whatnot, I've learned all kinds of things about sleep that I never knew, which is kind of interesting. Oh yeah, King Potato Chips. I'll see if we got a good one. She's got that anti-NP gimmick now. I've never tried a proper catch Jakku. He probably can if you get lucky. And again, if you have all the pieces of Exodia. I really have to stress this. I mean, almost every unit we're using is not even, is just not Bond 10, or they don't have MLB, you know, Black Grail. There's so many, you know, pieces of Exodia that we're generally missing. But when you have those things, so many units can do it. So it's like, the question is like, in an ideal circumstance, can Cast Jakku do it? And I would say probably. In a typical circumstance, can he do it? I'm not so sure, right? If you're using like kind of the average, what, you know, you might expect, even if he's Grailed, I would say I'm not so sure. But if he's 2k foed, he's level 100, he's Bond 10, he's 10, NP5, limit broken Black Grail, or maybe the Yang CE or something like that, got really good command codes equipped, then yeah, he probably can. Because when you align all those things, because Goetia's hit count is so high, you know, it's just, it's kind of GG. And finding, though, good command codes are very rare. Hey, Looking Glass, thank you for the 145 bits. I really appreciate it, man. You give me a lot of bits over the years. And I appreciate. Chat, I actually have been, I feel so guilty right now. Like, I'm just being honest. This last couple weeks, I felt, like, ungodly guilty because the sleep apnea has made it very difficult for me to work properly, and just it's not. So I've just felt like shit because I'm not doing a lot, and I'm still making a sizable amount of money from like YouTube and streaming and stuff, and I don't deserve it at all. Like, cause I see people, you know, out there working during the coronavirus, for God's sakes, you know, struggling to make ends meet. I absolutely feel guilty. It sucks, man. Like, but I do appreciate it. I'm not like, you know, I'm not mad at anybody or anything, but yeah, I wasn't really prepared for this when I started being able to afford, you know, living off YouTube and streaming and everything. I wasn't really expecting that, but yeah, I definitely feel it. Because, you know, I used to, you know, have to, you know, follow a schedule really strictly at work and everything, right? You know, I've had a regular job ever since I was 16, and kind of since I was 15. I didn't like technically have an on-paper job, but I like very regularly on a schedule would cut a lot of grass and stuff. And then when I was 16, and then I started working. And ever since I was 16, I never had like an in-between period where I was like out of one job and then like waiting to get another one. I always would obtain the other job and then immediately switch, right? So I went for such a long period of my life always having like a normal job. So it's very weird and hard to wrap my brain around. I'm actually, this is something, I have to get over this though, because it makes me less productive, right? I need, like, I'm not used, I don't know how to like manage my schedule now. I'm a mess, right? I need to get better at managing my schedule now, because I'm freer, but like, you know, editing takes a fuckload of time. Like, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. If I have like, for example, let's say I wanted, because I remember the amount of time it took to figure out like some of the videos I made for like Guildfest, for example, some of the harder fights in Guildfest, right? And back then, I did that when I had a regular job, but I didn't stream as much back then. Actually, for early on Guildfest, I don't think I even did stream. So, you know, I would just get off work and I would spend my entire day, like, doing any combination of just trying to figure out how to do the fucking boss in the way that I wanted to, right? That sometimes could take hours and hours, right? And then, you know, editing could take hours and hours, and you had to upload and blah. You know, it's a very sizable amount of time. So it's not like it's not work. It is work. It's just it's something you actually enjoy doing. But yeah, I'm so bad at managing my time now, because before it was really straightforward, because my free time was in such a specific time. It was like, yeah, I have my regular job when I get home. You know, I gotta do laundry and that kind of shit, but then it's just all free time, and so I just put all of that into like video editing and that kind of stuff. And now I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to put what time to do what and where. It's a mess. So thank you, Arjuna, for the bits. Yeah, I'll be glad when this sleep apnea thing is over, which might be a while, but because yeah, I want to try to get on top of some of this stuff. So. But yeah, I like to just, I'm not trying to complain, I just like kind of telling chat, you know, yeah, honesty, and thank you, Finn, for the now 155 gifted subs, Jesus Christ. Oh, and Blue Note got one, feels good, thank you, Finn. Finn, you know, you could always just gift a sub, by the way. Like, if you want to, you know, I truly appreciate you supporting me, like, I really do. But like, you don't have to give 5 subs, right? If you want to support, you could just do like, you know, a sub, right? Because Jesus, that's a lot. But thank you, man. I've occasionally, I've been in someone's stream before, and I happen to be someone that gets a gifted sub like that, and it's actually nice. So sometimes like that happens when I was gonna sub anyway, and I'm like, feels good, man. Okay, we're like, what, Bond 7, I think? Hey, Crow. Thanks, man. Or Kron, or, you know. You know, the name thing isn't getting... Okay, I want to point out, so y'all give me shit about the name thing all the time. It's not so bad right now, because I'm not as fucked up as it was a while ago. But I remember a while ago, when I was, like, really in the heart of the sleep apnea thing, it was that one stream that I didn't stream very long, and I got like really pissed. I barely could read chat. That was fucked. Like I could not focus. Like everything was all blurry and shit. That was a mess. That's not the case anymore, thankfully. But yeah, I remember people giving me shit about not reading things right, and I was sitting there like not being able to like, you know, see my hand in front of my face, and I was just like, God damn it. But yeah, the name thing's not going away. That's never going to get any better. I feel bad because now people are subbing. Thank you, Easy, for the Twitch Prime though. I appreciate it. I see now. I just feel like I'm doing reverse psychology, which I'm not. Like I swear to God, that's not. I'm just trying to be honest here. But thank you for the subs, guys. Okay, let's see. He can kill us basically immediately. I think I have to do this because there's a really good chance he's just going to kill me. So that means we do this. I swear to God, I really, it's not like I appreciate the people that support me, of course. So I'm glad if my stream does well. But yeah, no, I'm not trying. I swear, I'm not trying to kill people into subbing. I totally understand people don't want to or can't or don't care like that. It makes because I don't sub to every stream I watch, right? It's totally fair. Like I hate that wave of like I swear it's in my minority, but like that whole thing of like those people that are like trying to act like I don't know how to put like you're a leech if you don't sub to people like that's so stupid, right? Like part of the Twitch platform is that it's free. That's why you have an audience, stupid, right? Like, I love all the streamers that act that way because if they were so confident in their content, they would just make their own website that you had to sub to watch, and then they would have no viewers, right? So it's like newsflash, your content's not good enough to be pay-per-view. Like, it's not, like, there's so many streamers like that, though, that, like, they get so entitled, and, like, it's just stupid. Like, seriously, even the most... I guess there's some exceptions to this. You got like, some streamers that really go insane with the production quality, but like 99% of streams, do not have. They're not worth it if they're not free. Like now you may personally enjoy them more than other things that you may pay for because you just like the interaction or the personality or the gameplay, and that's totally fine. But those are subjective things. Objectively, streaming is not. It's not the quality that would like demand pay to view or pay-per-view or whatever the fuck it's called, right? And that's why most streamers, if they try to go to like some sort of pay-per-view system, do terrible. Okay, he doesn't have a shield. I guess we just go ham now. If I get a good crit chance, I guess we do busters first because of the defense down. 70. I guess we do, well... I'm gonna have faith that 70% is gonna crit. There we go. Feels good. Look at all the defense downs. Well, I'll say this. I don't despise someone going pay-per-view. It's a subjective thing to do, and if they think they're worth it and they think they can succeed that way, more power to them. However, I don't think they are going to succeed that way, and most of them don't. And I personally won't watch somebody that's pay-per-view, right? So that's like the fair way to see it, in my opinion. It's like it's not something I would do, and I don't really like that business model, so I don't do it. But I don't think it's criminal. I don't think it's like exploitative. Right, and I think most people, I think the market just shows that it doesn't work for most people. But for people that think it does work, and if they want to do it, go for it. Sure, it's your life, it's your time. You can do what you want, and the market will dictate if it'll work or not, right? But I personally don't like the business model, right? I personally do not like the business model. But I'm not like, I don't think it's like criminal. I'm not insulted by it. It's not. It's just something that, and I think a lot of people. The issue is not the model, the issue is the person, right? Like, some people are delusional and they think their content is like some godsend, right? And it's not. It's just not, right? And so they're delusional to think they're like worthy of pay-per-view, if you will. Like, that's more of the issue. Like for me, for instance, if I legitimately think if I thought my content was so good it deserves to be pay-per-view, I think I'm delusional. That's just stupid. Like, yeah, I put time into my editing and blah blah blah. It's basic, right? That's nothing. Like that. It's silly, But I do think there are some people out there that really do go above and beyond, and they do more than just like typical stream or whatever, but even then they don't generally go pay-per-view because it's not worth it. The thing is, subbing is really different from pay-per-view because, like, it's more of the difference of, like, showing support versus, like, what you think the product is worth, right? It's not really the same thing, and that's why it works. That's why Twitch works, is the people are able to make their living through people appreciating what they do and enjoying the content, not so much people putting a price on it, right? It's kind of like, the difference between, like, if, how do I put this? It's kind of like, if you tip a server because they were genuinely a good server and stuff, but you might think the meal sucked, right? Like, you might be like, oh yeah, the server was really good and the meal being bad is not their fault, but that doesn't mean you're willing to pay $20 for the hamburger that sucked, right? By the way, holy shit, look at how much damage we did. I actually think he can do this. Wait, how far away from Exodia were we there? Hold on, let me go look. I kind of forgot where that what am I saying? Where that Hot Wheels, Ash, I'm not really sure where he was on the... Jesus Christ, I guess he is really burst damagey though, and night classes need to be burst damagey. Was this the one we used? Holy shit, he could have done this. Dude, we would have... Look at that. We don't have MLB. Wow, I didn't think he'd be one that would make the list. Honestly, with how few night classes have done it, I didn't think he would be. I kind of need to find one that's got the proper... I need to find one that's like Grailed and Bond 10 and MLB Black Grail, because he could do it. Dude, that's crazy. Because, yeah, we weren't even Bond 10, so that's 25% damage, right? The 2 NPs would have done 40% more damage in total, because 20% each, with MLB Black Grail. And we're only NP2. So, like, he absolutely can do this. Like, yeah, you'll need a bit of luck, right? Because we got lucky there. We had like the perfect timing with Guts where we didn't quite die, but we were low in health, and we crit with that 70%. You know, like, things went decently well for us, but we were pretty far away from having Exodia here. Wow, dude. I really need to, before I go on and beat Goetia for real, I need to find a proper Hot Wheels and record this. The world needs to know this. That's really impressive to me that he can keep up with Koo and everybody, because, like, yeah, I've always known Hot Wheels is good, but, like, now that I think about it, though, it does make a degree of sense, because night classes are on the clock. They really are on the clock in this fight. They just cannot live that long. And he does have the burst, man. Like, shit. Dude, that's awesome. Because normally he's kind of behind, you know, he's kind of behind units like Fujino and stuff, but he actually looks like he really excels here. That's awesome. Yeah, where is Arjuna's Hot Wheels in terms of Exodia? This is why I need, I will say though, this Hot Wheels does have very good command codes. These command codes were perfect for what we were doing. Stargin on Quick, and the really big crit damage ones on Buster, that was perfect, and that definitely helped. I'm gonna BRB real quick. I need to get water. But yeah, I'll check around in Discord and stuff and see if we can find a proper Hot Wheels. I'm back. Oh, so yeah, Arjuna, where are, do we not have Arjuna on our friends list on this account? That might be why we haven't seen Arjuna's. Cause yeah, Arjuna, I don't know where your Hot Wheels lands compared to this one, so I have no idea. Let me see. Yeah, I think I don't have you on this account. Yeah, we did not use Arjuna's. I thought I removed myself. Didn't I? I thought I removed myself yesterday, so I'd stop popping up. What the fuck? I swear I didn't add myself again yet. Like I was gonna do that after we got past Goetia. What the hell? Yeah, I don't think we have Arjuna on this account. Yeah, we don't. That's the issue. We don't. You unfollowed. Oh. Of course. So yeah, speaking of the others, here Arjuna, can you send me an invite? But on the flip side of, you know, now that I can support myself through YouTube and Twitch and everything, also I make money off of my house because, you know, it's paid off, so that's the thing. Anyway, I would have more time to do things like going to the gym, going to the library, you know, those kinds of things. Which that would be nice, right? Like all that, because before I'd actually often kind of been sad that I really did not have the free time to do those kinds of things anymore. But I still can't do those things because of the pandemic. The whole reason I decided to even try this whole shtick was because of the pandemic, and because of those things. You know, I'm not going to, you know, the library or some shit during the pandemic. That's not going to happen. Have I already done my, Okay, well, I think this updates your friends list. Yeah, we're gonna need Stargen command codes on, or Star Bomb command codes on quick cards, and then the crit ones on the Buster cards. I don't think that does update your friends list. Oh no, maybe it did. There we go, feels good. Okay, what do we got? Wow, okay, yeah, this will probably work. This will probably work. So Arjuna, can we get, if you've got them, can we get the Ishtar one on Buster, the Masashi Dual Swords one on Buster, the Santa Altar on Quick, and then either the 30% Stargen on Quick or the Voyager 2-star one. What on art? We hardly ever will use our art. I guess the Merlin one on art. Yeah, I would say the Merlin one in art. That way you will absolutely get your MP on turn 1. Dude, if we can figure this out, I'm absolutely going to make this a video. That's exciting as fuck. It's funny, the 100 phase, I've recorded 100 phase versus Goetia, but I had no plans of uploading that for a while, because I just uploaded a Goetia video. I didn't want to, you know, be repetitive. I was like, I'll upload that, you know, down the line. But I tell you, if we get Ash to work, I'm going to upload that pretty damn soon, because, seriously, it's tough as night classes, and there's so few that have been able to do it. Ash joining the club is awesome. So wait, did I accept it? There we go. Can you please send me that in Discord? Wait, send what? Wait, what? Oh, what command codes you? Oh yeah, here I'll type it here. I don't know what they're called though. Like I'll just say it again. Like just the Ishtar one, the Ishtar, you know, crit damage on Buster, the Masashi Dual Swords on, you know, it's pretty much these, right? This is literally what we need right here from this one. The only thing that might be different is instead of the, hold on, can I just bring this up? There we go. Do I have that thing on where I'm not using the stages that they have? Oh my god. Yeah, I think I have it set where I'm not using the stages that you have set. something. I don't know what's up. Anyway, yeah, pretty much this exactly, except these, either this one or the Santa Altar one, that makes the 4 stars. And then for the other quick card, again, either this one or the Star Bomb one that makes 2 stars. But I want to say I got something set wrong because I'm seeing this as the other stage. Maybe he's just got it set to show that stage on that menu. Yeah, I guess that's what's going on. Alright, let's see if we got what we need here. Okay, just wait on it quick. Yeah, I guess it's got... Is this like his stage 4? That must be what it is. It's his stage 4 doesn't match his stage 2 or whatever. I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's some people just like the art of stage 4. I was thinking that like was like his stage 1 or whatever, but that must just be his stage 4. That makes a lot more sense now. It's like the whole Valkyrie thing. If people like Valkyrie stage 4, but they use, stage 1 or 2 or whatever, it's really jarring. Alright, that'll do. If you've got one though, we don't need to do it now. This shouldn't matter too much, but if you can, instead of the bird one, if you could do just like the 30% star generation one or something, that'd be slightly better. Because all we need the quick cards for is making stars. But, oh shit, we're not bond 10 though, fuck. That's probably not gonna work. I'll try, but everything we're gaining from the CE and the NP ranks, we're losing more. From the bond being lower. Damn. Well, we'll see how it goes, but we're definitely gonna need bond 10 because it's not like we won before. We were still a bit short. I think he can probably do it though before bond 10, but I'm thinking he needs to be like bond 8 if he has everything, all the other pieces of Exodia. Oh, don't worry about it, Arjuna, because, we're not going to be on this stage forever. Although I am going to make an account that's just for Goetia. I'll do that later, so we'll just level the account up, and, and so anytime we want to go test something on Goetia, we can. But don't worry about it at all. I'm sure we'll, because by the time you get the bond up, this account would have already moved on, so I wouldn't worry about it. The funny thing is, though, with how well he did, again, if he was not a night class, he'd be able to win easily without having bond, because he got well past the halfway point, and, if he was a rider, you're getting double damage. So that's basically being bond 10 as a night class, and then you take less damage, so... Wait, did we not stun? I guess we didn't. Or super fucked then. Oh my god, I tell you, that account where I make it just to fight Goetia, I'm going to level up Medusa's skill more. I bet you though, on that fucking account, I'll get the CE that increases stun chance. Or debuff chance. Oh, we did stun? Oh, okay. That's weird. I guess I turned it by and I didn't realize it. Crit doesn't matter because he's got the shield. Wow. That's if you got the Merlin one too, that would also help because it means we'll get our NP almost no matter what. That's pretty GG right there. I don't think we can do it with that one though. We're gonna need Bond 10. I'll have to do it off stream, I think. So I'm gonna have to find somebody from Discord most likely. It's rare that a servant's that upgraded, but I'm sure somebody's got one. So I'll look around. Yeah, that was a really bad turn. But I think if you set him up right, I think he can get his NP there even with bad RNG, which is really good. So, because his NP gain actually isn't so bad, and he's got the battery skill. So, we'll give him another shot. A lot of servants are actually strong enough, I would say, at Bond 7 and 8, really. Yeah, story replay would be nice, because then I would just beat this and move on, and we could come back and revisit this whenever we want, and that would be quite nice. Oh man, fighting Zeus again would be nice. Oh yeah, this is the mini boss theme from Wind Waker. I actually really like the song, it's really good. Really unique vibe. I don't know why, but obviously Wind Waker is not a Western in any way, but this song definitely has some Western vibes to it. Not entirely, but definitely parts of it. I noticed though the Wind Waker soundtracks, they really like their whistles, I guess. Like a lot of the songs kind of have that vibe. I'm not sure why they decided to go with that kind of aesthetic for Wind Waker, but they did, and I'm fine with it. Yeah, this NP game should be pretty excellent. Yeah, I mean, we about got our NP, and Goetia hasn't even done anything, so... Not a great start, though. Okay. Oh man, I want to see this damage with these command codes and everything, and then Bond 10. I mean, this is... Like, that is really good, man. He's like getting at neutral. And this is just gonna be disgusting. That's so cool! My god, that damage. Look at that, he just did 322k as a goddamn Knight class, and he's only got a 40% damage bonus from Bond. That is ridiculous. So where the RNG is going to be is this turn. He needs to not die on this turn. If he does not die on this turn, I'm pretty sure he wins. And if he dies on this turn, he'll pretty much lose. Now, we're going to need a high Bond, definitely. But But yeah, if you live on that turn, I think you're set, because then you cast Guts, and then you win. Hey, Ari. We discovered, Ari, that Hot Wheels can solo Goetia, although I'm pretty sure he needs to be bond 10 and all that nonsense. Which is pretty surprising, because he's a night class. That's just weird, because we've talked about several times, like, which night classes we think could do it, which it's, you know, it's not very many. And the ones that I've been speculating might be able to do it, it was not him, right? I kind of want to try this Moriarty because he's bond 10. Do you happen to have a limit broken Black Grail, Ari? Yes? Okay, so what we need is, I have no idea if level 90 will work or not, but so what we need is Ishtar crit damage command code on Buster, the Musashi dual swords, you know, crit damage on Buster, Merlin NP gain on Art, and then just as much Star Gen or Star Bomb on Quick as you have, and then Black Grail. I kind of want to try Moriarty real quick. If you could slap, while you do all that, if you could slap Black Grail on Moriarty, I kind of, like, I know Moriarty's going to fail because he's a night class and no survivability and so on and so forth, but I'd like to see how he does. And we get the good NP line. I feel like everyone got Hot Wheels that wanted them, except for me. I really feel that. I mean, if someone's got a Musashi, I'll try it. She's definitely one of the stronger night classes for just straight nuking. I honestly think she might be able to do it because she has an invulnerability skill. If she didn't have that, I think she'd be screwed. But because she does have that, she's got the upgraded NP, Hero Overcharges extra damage, she does good normal card damage, I would say she probably can do it. Well, the thing is, I rolled to get Asclepius NP5. And as such, I threw a decent amount of SQ at Hot Wheels. I just didn't get them. Thankfully, a lot of people I know, like I Love Arjuna, got them. So, I've been able to use them a lot when I want, which has been nice. Asclepius is good at NP1. I would very much want him at NP2 though, because at NP2 you can go over 100% NP, and there are boss fights that's really helpful, and there's probably going to be boss fights in the future where that's helpful. Also, the more health you have off Guts, the better, because then you have more wiggle room on not dying to dots and things like that. And it's pretty normal to take about 1,500 damage from dots in boss fights that use dots. And at NP2, you come back with 2,000 health, and that's generally enough to keep you in it. But the higher the NP rank, the better. I mean, coming back with more health and then getting healed after that, it can all add up into you getting back into the fight and not staying at low health again, and that's really good. But Asclepius is honestly used mostly for his skills. Like, I like his skills and just his, you know, baseline NP. That's the main reason you use him. But the thing is, I'm all about 3 stars, right? So of course I want to get every 3-star at NP5. Even if it doesn't help them that much, it still helps them. And I do think it does help Asclepius a good bit. And like, how do I put this? It's like, yeah, his main use is from his skills and his baseline NP, but he's such a good support that making him even better is really nice, right? Because, and I'm living in a world where I don't ever use, you know, things like Merlin and Waver and whatnot. So having the best 1 to 3 star supports I can get my hands on, the better. So I doubt Romulus can kill Goetia. I have not tried him. The one thing that would really help him is if you are able to get a lot of NPs off, Goetia is going to be very Roman. But you don't have allies. Like, not having allies lowers Romulus's damage a lot, because there's less people he can turn into Romans. It's a pretty big deal, honestly. So I wouldn't think so. I think he'll have a decent showing, because he has a survivability skill, he's got damage up and all that kind of stuff, but he is AoE, and I think by the time Goetia is double Roman, I think the fight's over. So I think it'd be too slow. Hold on, I'm almost positive. You know, every once in a while there's a weird unit that breaks norms, but I'm almost positive Phantom of the Opera has more NP generation than Medusa, but I've never checked because they both have a 2-hit quick. Okay, yes, it's Phantom by quite a lot. I figured it was, but it's good to be sure. But yeah, hers is 9% and Phantom's is 24, so, or actually 25, so he wins by quite a bit. Normal Romulus, I mean, he's a knight class as well, so, I mean, no way. Like, again, I think he might do well enough that he's not going to embarrass himself because he's got guts and damage up skill and those kinds of things. But honestly, I don't think he would do that well because his heals won't matter because Goetia does too much damage. And he takes, because he's a knight class, Romulus takes double damage, right? If Romulus was a cavalry class, the healing might matter because you basically get more out of your health, right, as a cavalry class or as an Avenger or what have you. But as a knight class, the heal is irrelevant. It's not, you're going to be in one-shot range at low health, and then you heal, and you're still in one-shot range. So it won't really do anything. And then he's AoE, and then he's a knight class, and he's a 3-star. So I don't think he would do great. But because he has guts and he has a buster up and an attack up and those kinds of things, I think he, for a knight class that's AoE, he'd probably do okay. But he's not gonna, you know, he's definitely not gonna win, and I don't think he would do super great. All right, hold on. We gotta plan this out. So we're not winning here, no way. But we want to do as well as humanly possible. So Goetia's got his shield for one more turn. Our NP damage up lasts for 3 turns. This fight is probably only going to go on for another 3 turns. I think we use his second skill now. So we need him not to one-shot us and then cast Guts next turn. That's how we can get some value here. Unfortunately, if he decides to like art attack twice or he crits, we could definitely get one shot here. I'm just doing an art chain because I want to make sure I absolutely get my MP no matter what. Even if Goetia like double quick charges and busters, because he can do that. He can double quick charge and buster. That happens. We want quick charges and quick attacks from him. Okay, that's a quick, and it's a crit though. Please quick charge. You bastard. Well, we're dead. If he had not crit, we might have lived. That sucks. Because we were going to NP with all of our damage up, and then we were going to cast Guts, and hopefully, you know, NP again and stuff. We could have at least gone out with like a blaze of glory there and had 2 really big NPs with crits. Like, we could have had a nice, you know, 1-2 punch there. By the way, Moriarty could beat that if he was a cavalry class. Like, absolutely. Because, again, the 1-2 punch, you know, NPing twice would do way more damage. And then we wouldn't have died that turn if we were a cavalry class. Okay, so this one, I can't believe you have him at Bond 10, by the way, Ari. That's crazy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. He's an awesome character and all that. It's just, you don't play JP as much, right? So I'm surprised you have him at Bond 10 because you have so many other things. But, I mean, I'm not complaining at all here. Fucking him up. Okay, so now we have higher bond, lower level. better CE than the first one, but either the same or worse than the second one, so it's kind of all over the place. Overall, this is probably the one problem I see here, and I think this may be the thing that keeps us from doing it, at least doing it often. So basically, after our first turn, we're going to need to phase tank one turn. And those, I didn't even think about this, but those 10 levels from 90 to 100 really did help us not die in that one turn, because we need to cast Guts the turn after. So that might screw us. It's hard to say though. I think we still can win like this, but that we're a lot more, well, not necessarily a lot more, but we're a bit more vulnerable on that one turn, and we're already vulnerable on that turn even at level 100, I would imagine. Also, I don't know where the other ashes were in terms of 2K foe, so I'm not really sure where like power wise. I'm not really sure where we're at. This fucking sucks, I guess. That just because he's actually got on his art card and might. Yeah, we only made 1 star, so I should have switched to art in the quicker round. Oh well, we weren't gonna make good stars in that turn no matter what. The first one was 2K foe. Yeah, see the first one had like a bond 8, but then not limit broken Black Grail, but then apparently it was 2K foe, and was level 100, I think. It's definitely possible. It's just it's like between the 3 Hot Wheels, we have all the pieces of Exodia, but no one Hot Wheels has all the pieces of Exodia. So at some point, though, I swear we're going to get to try it. God, I love this voice actor. Damn, we got attacked down, that sucks. Yeah, see, this turn, we need to not die. And I think being 102k foe it's a pretty big deal. That's like, you know, it's roughly 2,000 health, I would say, and that definitely can be the difference. I think it's still possible that we live here, although unfortunately we have defense down, so not looking as good. 80%. I wonder if it's better to put those in the back, even though... Oh my god, well, yeah, you definitely need to crit on that turn too, so we've already lost that fucking 80% in. But I wonder if it's better to put those in the back. A big part of doing them first is because the defense down applying to the NP is really good, and also our NP has Black Grail on it. Well, that's what you want to see, though. Fuck. See, we would have lived there. As I'm saying, we would have just lived there if we were 102k votes. Yeah, we really need the maximum. We need a maximum Hot Wheels. Maximer, or whatever the fuck Broly said, I don't remember. Because, yeah, you gotta be able to live through at least a quick and an art. And you want to be able to live through an art and a double art, I would say. His power needs to be Maximer, yep. It's possible, though. It absolutely is possible. Alright, what do we want to try now? Oh yeah, we tried Landling here, and even though this is such a terrible fight for him, he still did well. Like, he did alright. Now, obviously, we'll have to wait, and I've got to make that account. I got to make that account, because we're gonna want to try out Brunhilde against Goetia at some point, but it's too soon. He's still a baby. So I don't think he's here, but I really want to give Canis another shot. But he's not here yet. I think he's asleep, actually. So we'll wait. Well, I need to move past Goetia, but there's just so much stuff I want to try. And a lot of it I'm not able to do because, like, timing and whatnot. And I gotta make this Hot Wheels video. I have not tried Burb. She'll need all the bells and whistles, though, if you want to give her a minute, like, to bust out the command codes and all that stuff. Because, although she is a cavalry class, which makes this way easier, there are two rather large things working against her, and that is that she has no survivability. Like, she cannot guarantee herself a turn of survival. And I don't know this, but I would be willing to bet that Goetia cannot be turned into a pig. And that's probably going to be a problem. Although that being said, because Sanson beat this, I think it's possible that she could beat it too. Yeah, I don't know if Goetia can be a pig, but I am guessing he can't. Because basically, in my experience, literally any boss that you care about, they don't let you turn it into a pig. Even if they're just a typical servant enemy. It's fucking stupid. Like Kama, you couldn't turn Kama into a pig. And I don't mean her big bad beastie version, just her assassin version when you fought her in the labyrinth. They didn't let you turn her into a pig, so. It's kind of frustrating to me because I get it, and they're not wrong about this. So Noble Phantasms, because they're just, there's no cooldown, right? And because the meta is like Castoria and double scatty, you know, it's like NPing over and over again has become more common than ever. And then she's got a 100% battery skill. And so they're afraid of stun locking, right? And I get it, that's something to be wary of. For example, if Scath is able to NP like 3 times in a row, that's busted, right? That's really busted. But the thing is, Scath can actually do that. That's the fucked up thing. There are ways doing like double scatty, waver, switch mystic code, you know, poster girl, things like that. There are ways to get Scath to NP 2 or 3 times in a row, right? And her stun works on everything. She can stun Goetia. She can stun Goetia, she can stun Kama, she can stun Tiamat, you know, whatever. It'll always stun. And unlike Cersei, Scath does really good damage. Like really good damage. So it's like, if giving Cersei's NP to someone else and then allowing the pig thing to always work would be too strong. Like it would. Okay, we just need Black Grail. Unless you think she's better without Black Grail, but I'm guessing that's not the case. But yeah, it's like, because her default NP gain is so bad without the battery, really Cersei can NP twice, easily. She can back-to-back NP twice, pretty reliably, and that's about it. And I think being able to double stun is strong, but fair, right? Because without Castoria, Cersei would just double stun, and then she's pretty much out of gas, and that's about all you're going to get out of her. And at that point, it's like balances out. I do think Cersei, if she could stun all the time, would probably be too strong with Castor Artoria, but that's Castor Artoria's problem, not Cersei's. That's why I'm always annoyed when they screw over DPS because they made the supports too good. Normally we don't give cavalry classes the stun, but I'm going to do the stun anyway, because something I've noticed is the stun, it doesn't make a huge difference. It just lowers the RNG by so much. Almost anything you can do without the stun, or I'm sorry, with the stun, you can do without if you get really fucking lucky. But I'd rather just not reset a million times, thanks, so. The thing is, Uriel has not really been able to stun lock in ages. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. Name me the last really difficult, like, you know, boss that you could actually stun lock with Uriel. Like, you couldn't stun lock Zeus, you couldn't stun lock Sitting Master, you couldn't stun lock Sigurd, you couldn't stun lock Surtur. Like, I can't really remember the last time Uriel's actually been able to stun lock anything. They basically just don't ever allow male sabers to be charmed anymore. And some of that is because lore-wise, almost every male saber is immune to charm. That is a thing. There's actually loads of bosses that have not been immune to charm in gameplay, that are immune in lore, but they've obviously done that because they don't, you know, they're afraid of the stun lock meta. That's like the whole thing. But the thing is, mental debuff resistance doesn't work on Scath. Like, Scath is so lucky because they can't shut her down. They just can't. Because if they, to shut her down, they have to give every boss debuff immunity. Not mental debuff immunity, debuff immunity. And that shuts down so many other units, and they're unwilling to do that. I mean, Memorial Gwaine was like 3 years ago. Like, literally, that was 3 years ago. And like the Goetia challenge, the Goetia 4 challenge quest wasn't that hard to begin with. So, and like that, yeah, she was pretty good there, but there's also a million other units that were amazingly good there. Like, compared to Zeus and those kinds of things, it wasn't that really big of a deal. Like, almost everything relevant that you would want to use her for can't be charm locked, but they can be stunned. That's the thing, they can be stunned. So it's like, Uriel is pretty much in the same boat as Cersei, I would say. Because, yeah, most things they make it so you can't pig them, but most Saber bosses, they make it so you can't charm them. So it ends up, they're almost in the exact same boat, I would say. They've had a few bosses that are immune to stun. That does happen, but it's pretty rare, to be honest. You know, like God Juna was immune to stun. He was immune to debuff, period. You could not debuff him in any way, no matter what. Just period. You could not debuff him. And you couldn't even remove the buff that gave him the resistance, right? But that's pretty rare. But it does happen, you know, it does happen. There are times where debuff servants in general don't work. Oh god, Sansa can't land his defense down. What is he gonna do now? But it's like, that's pretty rare. Being immune to charm has been common as fuck. Although honestly, I think it's been so common they're gonna ease up on it. Surely people have complained that Uriel hasn't, her whole shtick hasn't worked in forever. And like literally, what's the point of having a servant that's all about, you know, charm nonsense but you make it not work fucking ever, right? Like, it's dumb. So I kind of expect they're gonna lighten up on it. I'm sure they'll still do a lot of Saber bosses that have charm immunity, but I think they're gonna start adding some that don't, because it's kind of silly how long it's been since it's been possible. Yeah, Mothman just isn't male, so it doesn't work. He got debuff immune after like his first or second health bar. What was funny about that though is, so Mothman, I think what happens is after you break his first health bar, he gains debuff immunity. But any debuffs that he has on him from his first health bar stay. Because he doesn't get a debuff clear, he just gains immunity. So, for example, if Clown Boy puts his buff block, which has an unlimited duration on him, during his first health bar, or literally on the final turn of his health bar, like when you're going to break it, it'll still be there for the other health bars. So that kind of wrecks Mothman a bit. Yeah, because he doesn't start with the debuff immunity. Although I kind of like that because it just makes it an interesting fight. I think it's more interesting to do it that way. And Surtur was like the opposite of that. So, although this still screws over Uriel, but Surtur starts off with debuff immunity and mental debuff immunity. And then after you break his first health bar, he loses the debuff immunity. So now you can poison him or whatever. But he never loses the mental debuff immunity, so you can never charm him from start to finish. So, it'd be cool if he didn't have his shield, because I could NP right now, but unfortunately, he has the shield, so we can't do that. Alright, let me think. So we've got 16k health. I guess we just don't do anything this turn. Do we have heal boost? We do not. Let me think then. So we want to make sure we get our NP next turn, but we don't necessarily need to art chain. I don't know, maybe we should have art chained. I just remembered this is Cersei we're talking about. I just didn't want to waste the heal, but I guess the heal's probably not that important. It's more like a bonus. Christ, her NP gain. Oh no. He triple attacked and she didn't get her NP. I mean, what do you even say? Like, by the way, and they decided that, you know, she doesn't get to stun all the time because, you know, she's so good with the... God, I'm gonna have to use this. Do we try to... We could heal and try to live again. If I'm gonna face tank, now is the time because I don't have defense down. If I evade and then try to face tank later, I could have defense down. Well, moment of truth. Can she pig? I'm almost positive she can't. This game is just so full of shit, dude. Goetia, you're no fun. Why do you gotta be like this? By the way, though, this is why cavalry classes can win. Look at the health already. Quick charge, you bastard. Okay, now do quick again. Okay, that's pretty much the same NP gain, and we still didn't get our NP. See, if we had gotten our NP before, I could do this now, and we could have double NP'd, like, really easily. Why does it have to be like this, Ari? Why do they hate the birds so much? Like, I swear, they're just like, oh yeah, but she's got that 100% battery skill, so it's OP. Like, that's what they're thinking. But it's not. You never can pig anything, and I cannot believe how bad her NP gain is. You know, Gonzo might not do that bad here. I don't think if she's bond 10, I think she'll do all right. If you got her Fury at bond 10, by all means add me on this account and we'll give it a shot. We just got fucking art down. You thought our NP gain was bad before. Well, we're dead now, so. I think she can potentially win though, because we could have gotten an extra NP off. If he's low enough that another NP would kill him, if we had gotten better luck on turn 1 or I had art chained, we probably would have won. So if he's one NP and like a you know, brave chain, if he's an NP chain away, we would have won if I had art chained at the beginning. Yeah, we would have won. Cause yeah, he's one away. I mean, Anastasia's got a chance. Yeah, Cersei can do this though. It's not even, I don't think, it requires a little bit of RNG, but I don't think it would require that much. It's mainly just focused on NP gain. Because yeah, if we got one more NP off, which we could have, you basically just need, you know, Goetia to, on turns that it matters, when you're not going to use your first skill, you need to, you need to have, you know, Goetia uses quick attack on the turns you're not using the quick charge on one round, so you get a third NP basically. So yeah, she can do it. I don't think she's going to be as reliable as like 100 Face or as you know, Hercules or something like that, but I would say actually her win rate's probably 50-ish%, I would say. Because you can pick, that's the thing. You can pick when to use the quick, her charge, right? You don't do it and then hope he doesn't quick attack. You go like, oh, he didn't quick attack, so now I quick charge. Because on that first turn, you don't need him. You don't need it that much. If you do an art chain, you're not going to need him to attack that much. And then so on the next one, you either quick charge, but if he does quick attack a lot, then you don't. You do it on the next one, right? So I think that gives her a pretty decent win rate. We can try Robin, and I think it'll be obvious that he'll be able to get it to the point where he would win if he was a cavalry class. If he gets him to half health, he would have won as a cavalry class. And also, he can get to halfway easier, right, if he was taking less damage. Bond 10 Phantom. I mean, I'll try it if we get one. I don't think he's going to do it, though. Alright, we'll do Robin because, honestly, I think Anastasia can win. You know, like, night classes are pretty exciting because they have it so rough. While we wait for Ari, I'll do someone else. Let's see. We'll do Billy. We'll do Billy. I don't think he can win. Although I'm gonna fuck. I have to do the command codes now. Okay, fuck it. Robin's already up, so screw it. So half health is a win if he was a night class. I mean, if he was cavalry class, and then you know, you have to keep in mind though, like he'll die faster as a night class, so it's kind of hard to test. But we'll do default, I think. There's no way he's gonna win. There's no way he's gonna win as a night class. I just want to see if he can get far enough that he could win as a. Oh, what's the thingy? I don't know why they're called cavalry classes, by the way. Only Rider is cavalry. Man, Starjin. Because stunning Goetia. And I'm using a 2-star. I'm using a 2-star CE that boosts debuff success chance, so our stun chance is higher. Because I accidentally burned the 3-star one that boosts stun chance, and I don't have the Shinji 4-star one. So I'm not talking a lot. I'm trying to get Billy's command codes ready, and it's hard to do that while doing all these other things. And, you know, sleep deprivation. Also, the command code UI is ungodly horrible. It's holy shit, it's so bad. Please update this. It's so fucking stupid. Okay, thankfully he has no debuff resistance, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm not using his 3rd skill because there's no reason to do the Starjin right now because he still has the crit shield. So it's like, what's the point? Also, we get bonus poison here. Fuck, we got attack down. Oh my god. I want to buy debuff clear. Well, that would actually get rid of the defense down though, so. Goetia, why do you have to be like this? Yeah, we can try Gajuna. That'll be interesting. 300k? And dude, that would have done over 600,000 damage as a fucking cavalry class. Like if he was a rider. What the fuck? That's with the attack down. Yeah, he can definitely do this as a non-knight class. Good god. God, and we could make this one the command code that boosts NP damage on this turn. Yeah, if he was a rider, I'm pretty sure Goetia would die right here. Especially if we didn't happen to get the fucking attack down. Like, we might be a bit short. And normally we'd live longer. It's just Goetia quick charge like a motherfucker. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he would be dead there. It'd be really close, but I'm pretty sure he'd be dead there. And we might even live this turn. You know, he generally does about 8k to a cavalry class, but he's got the attack down from Robin, so he'd probably do 7k So there's a pretty decent chance we'd actually survive this turn as a cavalry class, even though we're getting impeded in the face. But honestly, I just wouldn't have evaded. I would have waited to evade it, and I would have just healed, right? And then I would have evaded for the NP. So yeah, Rob, quite easily, I have to say, Robin could beat Goetia if he was a cavalry class. Which I'm not really surprised by, to be honest. Alright, let's do Gajuna, then we'll do Billy. Let me think. I guess... That's so nice, though, for Super Orion that he has debuff immunity, so you don't have to deal with the attack downs. I'm actually not sure. I know some of the command codes I'm going to give Billy, but I don't actually know what to put on the art cards. I mean, Star Absorb is still fine for consistency. Yeah, Curse Arm can beat Goetia. Oh my god. That's so bad for Arjuna too because he's so crit based. That's what I get for not like, you don't need to get Medusa's first skill to 10 to have it guaranteed stun. Like, what rank you need it to be depends on what CE you have. But I even have the mats to get her way higher. I just don't want to give her the gold gems. Not on this account anyway. On that account that we're making for Goetia, though, I absolutely will do that. She'll be like the only rider we'll level over there. Yeah, there's some cavalry class people that can't beat Goetia, even if they have all the pieces of Exodia, because some of them, you know, have support NPs, and they don't have toolkits that are going to allow them to survive forever. And then you have things like Phantom. Like, Samson being able to do it makes it clear that if you have all the pieces of Exodia and you get lucky, a lot of people can do it, but not everybody. Because Samson at least has a single target NP that's upgraded, and he's got the defense down, and he's got his anti-evil, and, you know, he has some things that do help. Where there are some units that they have literally nothing that'll help. Like Jekyll and Hyde, that's a really good example of someone that has absolutely no chance. Yeah, like Mozart, you know, now I will say, the fact that Hans can do it was pretty insane, but yeah, there's a lot of cavalry class that can't do it. But I would say, you know, a lot of the AoE ones can't do it. They just don't have the damage. But I would say most of the single target ones can, if they have all the pieces of Exodia. And it's just most people don't have all the pieces of Exodia, that's the thing. Normally I would use his other skills, but because he's crit immune right now, there's not... I don't think it's worth it. That really sucks, because he's crit immune again next turn. Dude, the damage we could have done... I'd like to get lucky and not die this turn. We have 16,000 health, I mean, fuck. Just barely, he just barely killed us there. That's GG. You don't, if you die there, you don't have enough time. There's no way. Yeah, we needed him to quick charge or not double buster. That would have, like, you can survive a triple attack turn, but it needs to be like quick buster or quick or something like that. But, you know, preferably you get like buster, quick, and, you know, skill. That would be the better way to go. You know, normally the cleanse is really good. I don't know if it's good for Gajuna just because, I mean, it depends. Like, because Gajuna's a berserker, it's a damage race, so it's less good. The debuff clear is mostly for people that are going the longevity route, like Hans and Tam and stuff. But it might be good for Gajuna if you happen to get the attack down last. Then it would be good. But if he gets the attack down, you know, like mid, and so there's like a different buff behind it, you know, then there's no, I don't think it's worth it. Honestly, on Gajuna, I would just focus on damage. That's like the whole shtick. Because it's kill him before he kills you, pretty much. Okay, this is better because now we'll get rid of the crit turn one thing sooner, so we don't necessarily have to live on the first turn. Although it's still good if we do, because then it's yet another turn. But unfortunately, though, we may have gotten the stun, but we're not really getting much Stargin here, so we're not going to be able to do as much with it. But it's no big deal. I'd rather lose the shield sooner than get crits. So besides, the crits on the first turn are only for NP gain, because he's, you know, got the shield. I actually wonder how Medusa would do if she had all the pieces of Exodia. I actually kind of think for her, you might not do Black Grail. If she was single target, she would do it easy, but because she's AoE, I think she might be a bit short, but I'm not sure. I just hydrated. I did the thing. Alright, don't kill me, you bastard. You know, maybe we do his anti-debuff damage there, even though we're not allowed to crit, just because I don't think there's enough turns anyway to get the full duration. Quick charge, you bastard! Okay, we can remove the attack down, that's actually nice, so that what Arjuna did actually worked out here, with the, because we'll do that Buster card first, basically. I kind of think we don't NP this turn. Is that right? This is... hold on. No, we want the bus to resist. I think we still do the NP first, even though it will have the attack down on it. I think that's right. It's just worth it to apply the crit resistance down overall. Yeah, Fury, you really are one of the few people I know that's got all those things. By the way, I love that smiling bee or whatever. That's funny. Good God, the damage though. The rough part is though we don't have crits now. That's gonna be the tricky. Wait, what? Did I not cast Guts? I didn't cast Guts. What the hell? I swear I did, but I guess I didn't. Now we have to do it again because I didn't cast Guts. That's so weird. I really thought I cast it. Weird. Look, chat, I'm sleep deprived and I'm looking at chat instead of focusing on the game. This is how it goes. I'm honestly so frustrated that, like, I was starting to get better and then I had another night where I couldn't breathe. I'm tired of not being able to concentrate properly. Like, it's very frustrating, and it's been so long now. And I was starting to get better, and then it's getting worse again. I'm like, really? Look, I really wish everyone in the world that, like, gives people shit could actually stream and then, like, see what it's like. Because when you actually try to play something that, like, requires any degree of concentration, and you're also trying to read a wall of text that's moving, Like, I remember before I ever streamed, I remember streamers saying that, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And then when I actually streamed, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, it affects you dramatically. Now, after you stream for a long time, you get better at it, and it doesn't affect you as much. But, it's still a thing. You will never be able to play as well on stream as you would off stream, unless you completely ignore chat. But then why are you streaming? And like a lot of people that like stream like professional events or something, right? Like even if they stream it on their channel, they're not managing their stream, someone else's, and they're just completely focusing on the game, and they don't see the stream in any way. Oh, the V is a limited time emote. That's sad. I almost wonder if you try to make a few stars on this turn. Like, you do a decent amount of damage doing a Buster Chain, but it's not that much damage. So, I'm gonna do that. That way my chances of critting next turn are higher, and also my chance of getting my NP is higher because I'm doing the art card, which makes more sense. The dream is though he doesn't proc guts here, and it's totally possible. And what? I'm all like, yeah, it's totally possible that he won't proc guts here, which it is. It's not even that rare when you have. I mean, we have what, 17,000 health almost. But he, you know, by the way, his art attack actually does the most damage. A lot of people think his Buster does. It actually doesn't. His for some reason his art attack does the most damage, which was that. And it crit, so that was really nasty. Like, you can survive a lot of combinations. You can survive triple quick, you can survive quick Buster, quick charge. I think you can survive Buster, quick charge, for God's sakes. But yeah, you're not surviving an art crit. You basically, I think the only way you could survive an art attack, even if it's not a crit, if he only did art, no crit, and quick, no crit, and then quick charge. But almost any other combination with quick will kind of run you. He's got territory creation A++++. Wait, does he? I think he does have territory creation. I don't know if it's that high though. Part of it is because it's single target though, because I think his stuff seems to kind of work like NP's work. Like because his Buster is AoE, it doesn't do as much damage. And because his yeah, he doesn't have passives, and because his quick attack is AoE and it's quick, it very much doesn't do as much damage. But then his art attack is single target, and so it does more damage. So, like, we don't ever see any multipliers like that because all of our attacks for normal cards are all single target. But because his are AoE, like, you can see it, it's clear as day in the numbers, and, like, you can even, you know, get Goetia as a playable unit, you know, if he's in the game files, so you can, like, hack it and get him. And it's the same way, his art attack does more damage than his Buster and his quick and stuff. And you can see that the punch thing is his art attack and that kind of stuff. But yeah, because it's single target, it just works differently. Although actually, as a playable unit, I think his quick and Buster might actually be single target. I'm not sure, because I know as a playable unit, his like particle effects don't work right, and I think some of that might be because the game, you know, they didn't fully finish making him a playable character. And I think it's trying to make an AoE thing single target, and that's why the particle effects don't look right. But I'm not really sure. I'd have to ask the Chinese hackers. Well, I don't know. This is tricky. We still got the attack down. I mean, it's the same as last time. Oh yeah, we don't have level 10. Yeah, no, this is still right. Wait. Okay, now we don't have the debuff clear this time, but we have the crit up, which actually does more bonus damage than the attack down debuffs us, I'm pretty sure, so this should be fine. It should be, like, slightly better. Yeah, the cool thing is when you have a playable version of Goetia, because the thing is most bosses you can't hack to be playable. Not unless you're like an insanely good hacker and you can like add code to the game. But like Tiamat and that kind of, they just don't have files in the game that support them being playable. It's just not a thing. But Goetia does. There are files that support Goetia being playable. And yeah, he has a victory line that we never got to hear. Like, it's pretty obvious that they thought about making him playable. Because he has an extra attack. Now, as Fury pointed out a long time ago, there's a chance that his extra attack was made because they were planning on you having like that fight. You fight Goetia before this fight, right? And the fight ends early. And maybe they were planning on him doing, when he gets his NP, doing his extra attack instead of doing his NP. But because he has a victory line and stuff, I do think it's pretty clear that, like, the fact that he has an extra attack, it's like, yeah, maybe they were planning on making it playable, maybe they weren't. But then he has a victory line, and then he's got the game files that support him being playable. So it's pretty obvious they were considering it, and they might still be considering it. It's just I think it's kind of obvious they decided, okay, we're not doing it right now, and if we do it, we'll do it later. So, but you know, like he has game files to support it. He's got a victory line. He's got an extra attack. So yeah, it's definitely I think they've thought about doing. Solomon doesn't have playable files, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ivan is bigger than Goetia. I think Goetia might be slightly taller because of the antlers, but in terms of overall body mass and stuff, and I'm pretty sure. Like Goetia is definitely taller with the antlers. I know that, but I think overall Goetia, I mean overall Ivan is bigger. I would have to get him to see for sure, but because Ivan's a lot thicker. Not that Goetia's not thick. He is pretty thick too, but he's not that thick. So we have to crit here. I'm gonna go slow-mo in case we win. But we basically have to crit here or we're not gonna kill. So this is where that one turn would make a really big difference, where if like Guts didn't proc immediately, which is totally possible, we would absolutely win. So if you get lucky and you don't die in that first turn that you're vulnerable, you will definitely win, because one more turn and we win blatantly. So yeah, it's just RNG. It just comes down to that first turn, is if he kills you or not. And I'd say it's pretty 50-50 on him not killing you. Also, you need him not to quick charge so much that no, him quick charging is fine, because it's right. We don't use invulnerability or anything. We would still have guts. Like we would still have guts right now because our skill guts last multiple turns and it wouldn't have gone off yet. So yeah, we wouldn't have used. So yeah, it's possible. Not 100% win rate. I would say his win rate is probably 50-50. It's probably just, I think it's, if you add up like the number of attack combinations that could happen on that one turn, I feel like it's pretty close to 50-50. Maybe not quite 50-50. It might be slightly against you because of crits. Like if a buster crit happens, you're still gonna die and that kind of thing. But there's a lot of combinations that could happen where you'll live. You know, triple quick, double quick, skill charge, quick buster, skill charge. I think even double busters, you know, NP charge. I think you would live. Like there's a lot of combinations where you would live. But yeah, there's also a lot of combinations where you die. Like double art, you die. Any art crit, you die. Art buster, you die. Triple buster, you die. Buster crit, art, or buster crit, quick crit, you die. Like there's plenty of combinations where you die. So that's why it's probably 60-40 off the top of my head. But yeah, that's something you have to do like a million times to really know for sure. All right, let me give Billy something on his art cards. I'm trying to think. I mean, Star Absorb, I guess we'll go Star Absorb just so we can, it's more likely to make use of our crit up skill. And then I gotta give Billy Black Grail. So, again, Billy's a Knight class and he's a 3-star. There's no way he's beating this. But I want to see how he compares to Robin. I don't think he'll do quite as well, unless he gets lucky because of the whole crit thing. It's definitely a damage race one. I guess we'll do this and just hope we don't get the attack down. I swear, Ku is one of the only knight classes that uses Atlas here. He does alright though with default as well. There's actually a whole different route you can go with Ku that I think would even work that way. Yeah, Curse Arm can solo Goetia. And again, it's not too surprising because Sanson can do it, and believe me, Curse Arm is better than Sanson. Now, obviously, wow, look at this hand. What the fuck? Obviously, Curse Arm needs, you know, level 100, bond 10, you know, all that nonsense, but I don't think Phantom can do it because, first of all, Sanson needs a lot of fucking RNG to do it, and Sanson is way better than Phantom for this. Like, way better, because he's got a single target NP, it does defense down, you multi-NP, so you have the defense down from the previous NP, you got the anti-evil damp, like, Sanson is so much better than Phantom here. And Sanson does not have a very good win rate here. It's not great at all, but it's possible. Phantom is so much worse, I don't think it's possible, even with good RNG. You could get perfect hands, Goetia does all this stupid shit, no crits from Goetia, you always crit, I don't think you would win. You could literally have perfect RNG and I think Phantom would still lose. Now, maybe. I will say perfect RNG is a hell of a drug, right? Like, always critting, the enemy never critting, them always doing the actions you want, right? Like, it's pretty strong, so maybe with perfect RNG, Phantom would win, but the win rate on that would be like 1%, so... I like how we got, like, 2 out of 3 of Curse Arm's cards are in the third hand, which we will never see. Honestly, what surprised me the most is the fact that, first of all, Hot Wheels can solo this. We're not 100% sure that he can, but I'm almost positive that Hot Wheels can solo this. He has to be incredibly upgraded though, but that is very surprising. And then seriously, I was so surprised that Hans could solo this. Like, Hans, although he's a cavalry class, is just not the kind of unit you think that could do this. Because it doesn't do any damage, right? And it's very hard to stall indefinitely against Goetia. Because although he does give you a lot of NP battery, you know, your skill cooldowns don't come back, you know, and you know, he's got the debuffs and everything. So I was really surprised by that. So you do the Mystic Code first because there's no point in applying our crit buff right now because even though we have a decent crit chance, it doesn't help, unfortunately, so. Now, the sadness is if Goetia does not give us her NP here. Yeah, we made a decent amount of NP right there, so if we don't get it, and we got attack down. Oh my god, I'm just starting off. That's fucking stupid. I got fucking double attack down, and I didn't get my NP. Like, the fuck game. Like, honestly, not getting my NP was bad, but what was really bad there was the double attack down. I'm pretty sure that's a 40% attack down. Like, that's just on turn 1. Like, come on. See, again, this is where Ku's nice, because Ku has debuff removal. It scares me, Arjuna. I gotta say though, Dude, I don't know if you could see why, but like that Hans solo was super fun. Like normally solos with units like the Neat and Tam and, you know, Iris Viol, they're normally pretty repetitive, but I was really having to watch my steps when doing that Hans loopy nonsense. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, you can call him, you know, Hands, and then you got Hands solo. It's kind of funny. Billy's NP gain's not the best, but I know this, if you get to like 30%, you're in good shape, right? Because Goetia gives you so much. When you get to 30% or higher, you're pretty good, and we made it to like 39% or whatever. Like his NP gain is okay. It's not bad and it's not amazing. It's like, okay, this is, you know, it's solid, right? It's like, and the main thing is he crits a lot because you're quick chaining generally, and because of the battery skill, you can NP, which means you quick chain more, right? So generally, it's not that big of a deal. But you know, we did that one art attack that had a high crit chance and it didn't crit, and then Goetia was just like, fuck you. So. Laughs and Dantes and oh, Dantes. Oh, it's funny, even without double scatty, you can do some interesting stuff with his NP. Yeah, it's funny, we've gotten several Phantom Chains like that, but I think only once ever gotten the quick chain for Curse Arm. And then I think one time we got it, it was on the turn that we stunned, so. Such a shame we don't get to go into the crits right here, though. But seriously, the reason I reset was because of the fucking double attack down. That was just ridiculous. Although I don't like Starging down either. Why couldn't you have done that against Garjuna? Remember, this fuck, he did that to Herc too. Remember Herc, who didn't need any help at all and had like a 200% win rate? Goetia fucking did that. Is stupid. What a guy. Fucking triple, I hate triple Stargin down though. I don't know if we're gonna be getting crits next turn. At least we make 16 stars unconnected to our star gen rate, but... It's normally you fear the defense down, but you want the defense down on Billy because you're not going to be face tanking a turn anyway. And like, fuck it. At least we give him crit down, you know? That'd be great if we were a cavalry class because we have enough health to actually, you know, use our health, like, at all. Oh my god. Well, you know, it's always nice to use a 50% battery skill for like 1.5%. So I'm gonna say, oh, it was 3%. It wasn't. Fucking round up. This is such an awkward turn. Come on, stupid YOLO 20% crit. Oh shit. Well, respectable performance. Not quite as good as Robin, but keeps up. And again, I would say he would win as a cavalry class because although he's not quite at half, we probably wouldn't have died that turn if we were a cavalry class because we wouldn't, you know, just fall over dead. And then the crit down would actually be handy and everything. So yeah, as a cavalry class, he could probably do it. Although we did get a really lucky crit there. But again, we would have had another... Yeah, we were almost at half, and we would have had another turn or two otherwise, so... A little bit worse than Robin, but he kept up, which I kind of expected it to be roughly like that. I don't think I picked the right command codes, though. Hard to say. I like how this is Bond 10. Oh, God. I mean, honestly, it has a chance to win. She might be able to do it. I guess Atlas? Okay, we have debuff clear, that's good. Yeah, I think Atlas. It's either Atlas or heal. Because the heal you could use 2 or 3 times, which can really add up. So, hold on. This is awkward, because she doesn't do what Tam and Hans does, because she doesn't have a heal, so hold on. Alright, she's Moon Cancer. That's right. I think she's just pure neutral against Goetia. Okay, we've got the heal plus. The heal plus... Oh, this is tricky. The thing is, the defense down is going to kill us eventually. If a fight goes on for a really long time, the defense down just gets so out of control that you're literally taking double damage. Like, seriously, eventually he'll put that many defense downs on you. Like, it's fucked. Okay, I guess we go Atlas then. Wait, she does heal on her NP? Does she? Oh shit, she does. Fuck, I didn't realize that. Huh, I did not remember that at all. Okay, we're Bond 9. The main issue is the fact that she's Moon Cancer. Honestly, I think if she was Cavalry class, I think she'd be looking really good. Or if she was Avenger. But I'm pretty sure Moon Cancer is just neutral in all ways. They're just totally neutral against each other. Unless I am mistaken. So, funny thing, for my few Gundam fans out there, one of my favorite characters from Gundam is Treize from Gundam Wing. And I normally watch Gundam Wing in English, because I actually like the voice guys in English quite a bit, and Treize especially I think is really good in English. But in Japanese, which in all the video games are generally only in Japanese, he is voiced by the guy that does Phantom, and he doesn't, the voice is very similar. He doesn't like change the voice that much. He's a bit more serious and less creepy, I guess. But it's pretty much just the Phantom voice. And it's an interesting experience for me. Like, when I realized that, I was like, oh god. Yeah, story replay, I can't... Okay, I have to talk about this, chat. This is mind-blowing to me. So, that 7 Deadly Sins game, you know, like Epic 7, it has some things I don't like about it. You know, it's very gear-based, although I think it's a lot less gear-based than Epic 7 is. And it has a PvP mode that is gearless. No matter what, you can have the best gear in the game and it doesn't matter. And you can have the worst gear in the game, it doesn't matter. And I respect that, that's nice. But there's a lot of things about that game that I don't like just because it is so gear-based and all that. But, again, gameplay, like game mode-wise. Also, that's another thing, its gameplay is a bit too simplistic. It's not like the most simplistic gameplay, but the 7 Deadly Sins game, the core gameplay is absolutely more simplistic than like FGO or Arc Knights. But, so those are my like issues with it. However, I haven't played it in a while, right? I haven't played it in quite some time, and I've been playing it a bit recently because they added my favorite character. And since I last played it, which was, I don't know, maybe, you know, 3 months, 4 months or something, they've added a bunch of game modes, and they're really good ideas. Now, some of them aren't as fun as they could be just because the game is gear-based and you know, the gameplay is, you know, kind of a bit shallow, but so they added Setsubun that resets weekly. It's a permanent game mode, it's like Setsubun, and it resets every week. And I'm like, why did they get this before FGO, right? And then they added, like, from what I understand, a, like, New Game Plus mode that's, like, reverse story. So, like, you play as the bosses that you fought, and you fight, like, the heroes. So, like, you know, in FGO's case, you would play as Zeus, you know, and you'd fight Romulus and Mars and MASH or whatever, right? And that kind of, that's awesome. Like, that's awesome, right? And it's like the story but backwards, right? And like, you can tell, they're like, hey, they're just thinking up of fun ideas. Right? Like, hey, well, this would be fun. Oh, hey, we get to do Canis now. And I'm like, why are they doing this, but FGO's not? It's so frustrating, dude. Like, they added, like, literally, they added a permanent, you know, Setsubun mode. They added this backwards story mode, which is just amazing, which I would kill for that. Because what you would do is, if you did reverse, like, dude, I never even would have thought of this, but that's so cool, is you playing as the bad guys and you fighting the good guys, right? Because for the Zeus fight, it would be a one-of-a-kind fight, which it already was. But if you played as Zeus, you would design the fight around being Zeus, right? So you have to add cooldowns to his skills and stuff, right? But you would literally make a fight where you get control of his attacks and stuff, and then you would give the enemies gimmicks, right? Obviously, you wouldn't just fight vanilla Romulus and MASH and stuff. Canis, I guess, was there. You would give them gimmicks and health bars and shit to make it, you know, different. It'd be a very specific fight, but you could do that. And what's cool is DW wouldn't have to do anything other than like number stuff, right? They wouldn't have to make any new assets. You know, maybe you'd have to record a voice line or two and things like that, but the assets are already there. You just have to make new gimmicks and balance numbers and stuff, right? You don't have to like make new art for a character or anything. So they could absolutely do that. So I'm so tired of literally every other mobile game making up all these cool game modes and stuff, but those other mobile games don't have quite as good as core gameplay as FGO does, and they're always gear-based and that kind of thing. But like, I'm sick of every other game coming up with all these cool game modes, and like, I mean, that 7 Deadly Sins game added more game modes than just that. I just don't remember half of them, but I'm just like, why does every game try shit except for FGO? I don't get it. All right, let me think. So, not really any point in doing our first skill unless we, like, know we need the battery. The attack up lasts 3 turns from the second skill, so I'm kind of tempted to do that. So, actually, I think we do our third skill, because she skill steals herself, right? But it's only for the 1 turn, and I don't need to use my skills on this turn. So, yeah, I think we just throw out invulnerability here. And then the gain rate's actually pretty nice. Heal boost is good. Let me think, what do I do here? I guess I just Art Chain. That kind of makes me think, though, I didn't really need to do my third skill. Because I just realized we have the Merlin command code. And so we're gonna have, I mean, my god, we're gonna make so much NP here. Wait, that means I shouldn't have used it. Yeah, I should have saved Merlin. So I could have done Merlin for the next NP and looped. By the way, I fucking love her stage 1, by the way. It's so sad that almost no one uses it. It's amazing. Fucking even Tusk loves the stage 1. It's funny, like, he actually really likes his character because of that. I know you to play as Tiamat, man. It'd be awesome. Double attack down again. That sucks, but we as much as I want to remove that, we gotta play the long game, and we gotta not remove it yet. Does that mean I don't do my... No, wait, hold on. What do I do then? I guess I don't second skill. This is not the time to do our attack up stuff. We just... Invulnerability. Yeah, see, I should have saved... I should have saved the Merlin for this turn. Using Merlin on this turn would have been amazing. I just realized how disgusting she is for this kind of fight. Oh yeah, this count's never seen easy. That's amazing. Oh my god, we get to play as God Juna versus... Dude, they could really have fun with that because, you know, obviously because Karn is playable, you can't make him, you know, too strong, but if he's the boss, you give him the health bars, you give him the gimmicks, because, you know, he's fused with Gods 2 and he's super OP there, right? Oh my god, that'd be so fun. And see, for that fight, what you would do is you wouldn't just play as Arjuna. You know, Arjuna would be a forced story support, and you bring your units, right? Just like how you worked with Karna that had preset gimmicks. You would work with an Arjuna that has preset gimmicks. But because you're on the flip side, you know, you wouldn't have the health bars, and, you know, you'd be a lot more reasonable. That'd be awesome! Right, for Zeus, obviously, you'd have to make it where you don't even bring your own units. You're just playing as Zeus. But for the God Juna fight, yeah, you could just reverse it. That'd be awesome, dude. God. The fact that Seven Deadly Sins thought of that is like really cool, and I'm just like, why doesn't FGO do this? I don't understand, man. Playing his hands, yep. Alright, let's see. This is a good turn to do our defense up. Fortunately, our battery won't be enough to get us our NP. Alright, we'll probably use our heal command code next turn, so... Oh, it depends on what Goetia does. Nice damage nerf. Yeah, it's because we got the CE and the skill, so... Okay. If he quick charges, we're fine, and if he doesn't, we're still fine, because we got our Mystic Code and vulnerability and stuff. I love this stage 1, dude. This is amazing. I don't really need the heal boost. So I guess I do this. My god, I think she's gonna beat this as long as I don't misplay. Like, I think she'll beat it. Now, what's funny is, like, yeah, we beat this with other stalled units, but they're all been cavalry classes. She's just neutral as far as I'm aware, so... It's gonna take a hot minute, though, because we're not doing that much damage. Because, again, just straight up neutral. This might be a good turn. Well, if you're doing vulnerability, we don't need to debuff clear yet. Art chain's probably not necessary, but I feel like just to be safe, might as well. What's your overcharge? Oh god, it's more healing. That's... What the fuck? That's so strong! She gets 3,000. Okay, this is busted as hell. This is busted as hell. If you're able to NP spam on her, this is insane. Because not only does she get invulnerability, but she gets fucking healing. Mothman can't do this very reliably, though. He actually, I actually think she's probably going to be more reliable than him by quite a lot, actually. He needs quite the laundry list of requirements, and you have to get pretty lucky. But he can do it, abso-fucking-lutely, because again, if you have good NP gain, but honestly, I don't think this is even close for her. Like, we're not even... Like, you could give Goetia twice as much health, and I think she could do this. This is ridiculous. Because, like, this, I mean, this is just silly, because she also heals herself, so she's not getting picked to death at all. I will say, I think Mothman needs less RNG now, though, than he originally did because of command codes. I think some of the command codes that are in the game now would remove a lot of the RNG that Mothman had. I think he still has some, though, for sure. Because, yeah, command codes have been really handy. Although she doesn't, the heal command code, she doesn't even need. She's not even needing it. I mean, she's not even getting scratched. This isn't even close. Because Mothman does get worn down, and he does take a long time to win. But you can offset that with command codes a lot better now than you used to. I mean, we've easily hit the point of being able to last forever because I've never even used Atlas. I've never even used Atlas, for God's sakes. I never used my first skill. Like, I've never used the heal command code because we just don't need to. Okay, I feel like if we're ever going to use Atlas, now is a fairly sensible time to do it. The only issue I see with her, and this is a legit problem, is every once in a while you're going to have a turn like this where you don't have your NP, you don't have your second skill. You'll be at full health though, but you might get one shot because she doesn't have crit down, so he could like double art crit or something, right? If the one way she could get around that is with crit down. The question is the CE and like the things like, you know, the damage cut and things like that, is that enough to keep you from dying on those bad turns? And it might be, and she can recover. If she gets fucked up, she can recover, no problem. She's got the heal, she's got the command codes, like, that's not a problem. Like I said, we've never even used the heal command code, for God's sakes. We just haven't needed the damn thing. And I could use Atlas right now to give myself a vulnerability. I could use Atlas to bring back my second skill, so I've got the large defense up. But I want to see if she can live, you know, like what the damage kind of looks like. She doesn't take double damage like a Knight class, though, so that's really handy. But yeah, art crits are what would be a problem. I mean, he did double buster, which is pretty good damage output for him, and he wasn't even close, so... Alright, so this is... we finally get to use our first skill, for God's sakes. Yeah, we might as well do invulnerability now, because... I mean, it's like he could decide quick charge, so it's actually decently likely, so... we can do that. Honestly, this is crazy. I think if you play her really well, you need to concentrate and think ahead a bit, but I think her win rate here is crazy fucking high, and I think she could, if things go well and everything, I think you could beat Goetia even if you had way more fucking health than this. We're like, you know, Ku could not beat Goetia if Goetia had like twice as much health. Now he could if he was Cavalry class, but I mean, hell, I think she might be able to do this if Goetia had like 10 times the health, where again, Ku couldn't do that even if he was a Cavalry class. Like, Mothman can't do that either, not at all. Not very many units can, actually. I'm not sure if any of the units that we've seen have actually been able to go on forever. This kind of looks like you could go on forever. FGO tries to not make that possible, but it happens sometimes. Iris Veal might be able to go on forever. I'm not sure because of the debuffs. I think the defense down might get to her eventually. Yeah, I think Irizul can definitely last a good while, but yeah, I doubt she could go forever. Because yeah, she doesn't have defense up, she doesn't have invulnerability or evade, so she's going to be getting dropped down to low health, and she's just going to stay there, so... Because yeah, you just say everyone else is healing and something else, because Tan has defense up and heal, and cooldown reduction, with even more defense up, and Hans obviously has everything, so... The problem is she doesn't really have infinite guts, because if she doesn't have high health, Goetia won't attack. That's the thing about guts. As soon as guts goes off, they stop attacking, right? So if Goetia does, like, you know, an art attack, and then guts procs, and now Goetia can't attack anymore, so you don't always get your NP. Now, yeah, sometimes you'll have things to offset that, but you're not gonna have... She doesn't have enough things to offset those bad turns, I don't think. So I do think she can last a long-ass time, I just don't think she can last forever. No point in using my third skill right now, I think we just use the second skill. I kinda wanna heal here just to be safe, we don't need it too much, but don't need... Yeah, no, we'll do this. This is fine. I don't know, I kind of wanted to do more art because her NP gain is so bad if she does an art chain, but we don't need that much. Oh god, wow, I didn't get... Yep, I should have done more art, that was bad. I think what we do now, there's a tiny chance that he'll NP here, but then we'll have our NP and we should be good. And as long as he quick charges once over the next 2 turns, that'll line up fine. Yeah, Goetia knew there. I hate that sound effect on her laser eyes. It drives me crazy. I will say, I don't think she can go on forever. I think she might be able to go on forever with like maybe different command codes and different, you know, it's not like this is the ultimate setup for her. But I do see eventually there could be a turn where he just double arts on one of those turns that you're vulnerable and things like that. Like, she has enough invulnerability to always survive the NP, she has enough healing and that kind of thing, but I can definitely see a turn, you get defense downs, you're out of options, he just art crits, you know, something like that. I can see something bad happening. Now, if she was a cavalry class, then absolutely she could go on forever, but we'll see though. I will say though, you could give her a guts CE for a safety net, and that would be really good. But the defense up is good too though. Yeah, I will say she's not as vulnerable as I'm thinking, because it's not like she's a knight class. She's not taking double damage, and she does have the defense up, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't think you need to art crit 3 times in a row. I think you're underestimating just how hard... Like, his art card just hits so much harder than the other attacks because it's single target and the other ones are AoE, and if it crits, one art crit is really devastating unless you're, you know, got a bunch of defense up or a cavalry class or whatever the fuck. Actually, no, even as cavalry class, it's pretty fucking devastating. It's Avenger. Avenger is the person that doesn't correct too bad. Okay, there's not a lot of reason to NP right now, because we have the heal. I kind of want to just do our second skill, but I mean, we might as well NP and start building towards the next one. There's no reason not to. I probably shouldn't have done Atlas then. I mean, there's no problem phase tanking with our second skill if we want to. A big thing that helps her is just the fact that her NP does damage. Oh my god, if her NP did not do damage, it would be ridiculous. I mean, it's still gonna take her a while, but because Hans and Tam were at least doing counterclass damage, right? So the fact that their NPs didn't do, you know, a lot was, you know, any, it was okay, because at least their normal attacks were doing double, where she's not doing double with anything, so. Yeah, they buffed multiple welfares. I don't know why this has been a thing, like, they've done it multiple times now. And, you know, depending on how you feel about Saber Lily, and I'm always like, she's kind of not a welfare because she was given out in such a unique way. I think the way they're originally given out is like their status, and she was like just a giveaway, which I guess that is a welfare. Okay, this is my opinion now, because I've always said she's not really a welfare. I don't think Saber Lily is a welfare in that she's like the others, but she's still a welfare because she was still given out for free. Right? She was a sign-up bonus. It was like a pre-register thing. If you registered or whatever the fuck, they gave you Saber Lily or some nonsense, right? And then they gave her out again, more like a typical welfare, but that was after the fact. You know, her original status, but that either way, she's free. The thing that makes her different is like her mats. She doesn't have like welfare mats and things like that, right? There's things that make her different. Anyway, though, but she got buffed. Koro got buffed, that was incredibly minor, and then Shiki got buffed. So that's 3. So it's like it's obvious that it's something that they do. Most welfares just don't need to be buffed, so. I think we just defense up here and remove one of the defense downs. I feel like invulnerability, doing invulnerability here is unnecessary. And if we get fucked up, we can do our command code heal, which we you know, we haven't even been touching, so. Wow. Okay, I know its quick attack is his weakest, but we have double defense down, and that's it? Jesus. I'm being really condescending here, but like, that's it? Like, what the fuck, man? I was kind of trying to think, like, you know, if Art does like 3 times that damage or whatever, I mean, that still wouldn't be that big of a deal. I love the extra attack. I love that so much. And as you say, it's incredibly goofy. Okay, if he quick charges, we'll have invulnerability. If he doesn't quick charge, it means next turn we use 3rd skill. She is so good for this, man. Even though her class is terrible for it, it don't fucking matter. She is better than a Knight class, though, but not by that much. Yeah, the difference is Knight classes take double damage. She and Knight classes both do just regular neutral damage to Goetia, which is not good, especially when there's just so many classes out there that do double damage. But Knight classes take double, where she does not. So she's definitely ahead of them. I guess Koro's buff is better now, though, because doesn't it work on the alter ego Ilya as well, or does it not? Is it just the caster one? Because if it's both, then that's a little bit better. But it's still, I mean, how often are you going to use an alter ego with an archer? I guess in some challenge quests maybe, but... It also works in Summer Ilya. Okay, that's actually way better. That's way better because they're both archers, right? So that's actually pretty legit. That's much better. Like, it's still, you know, it literally works on 3 units, you know, compared to, you know, so many other things that work on, like, you know, everything, right? That's still niche as fuck, but... People forgetting about the bear. Feels bad. So close for our first skill giving us our NP, but no good. Okay, we have no defense downs. There's no reason to... This is ridiculous, dude. I mean, look at this. And this is going to come back, and... God. The main thing is you just want the debuff clear command code. If you've got that, I think you're looking pretty good. Little risky here that we won't get our NP if Goetia like triple busters or some crap, but I can use my first skill, so... I kind of want an excuse to use our first skill. We're barely touching it. You can see though, the art attack, you know, it does do a good bit more. Like obviously that didn't like wreck us or anything, but so yeah, this is fine. So I like how the statue's voice lines are like way more serious, but then the NP is still, you know, that. Look at Goetia going in. Alright, well we win pretty soon. We have no defense downs, we have art down, but we can clear it. We might have a chance to use our first skill here. Do I want to heal here just cuz? Just to max out? Yeah. Being safe is good. I love that extra stage. Oh my god, her stage 1 is awesome. Well, Art Buster and still no dice. Even if those had crit, we actually would have lived. We would have been low though, but we would have ran it back because we still got invulnerability. We still God, this is ridiculous. I kind of want to, even though we don't need it, I kind of want to do this first, just to give me an excuse to, you know what, I'm doing it. I just want an excuse to do my first skill. And this gets us like a big, thick heal. Wait, I just realized how close we are to winning. I probably should have started going more damagey because, you know, I messed this up because no matter what happens, like even if he quick charges and stuff, we have guaranteed survival through our skill and vulnerability and our defense up and blah, blah, blah. I should have used like the first skill for the attack up and stuff. We should have just gone for the finishing the bastard off approach. Cause yeah, Goetia don't have much chance anymore. Wow, I actually think she's probably the best unit in the game if she's pimped out enough to beat Goetia. She's not gonna beat the fastest. Like obviously for practicality, Herc works really well because Herc has a 100% win rate and is very quick and easy. You know, she actually requires some planning and stuff. You could do it with Hercules with no command codes, and you know, with Herc's buff, Herc has a 100% win rate, I'm pretty sure. The thing is, Herc would lose eventually. Like if Goetia was harder and he had more health and things like that, Hercules would eventually lose, right? I don't think she would, right? Like the amount, maybe eventually you're gonna have a turn that, you know, triple art crits you or something, but I think the amount of health that she could get through before reasonably dying is absurd. Like, I mean, it's just I mean, we have our NP again, for God's sakes. Our invulnerability has come back from our Mystic Code. We still have our second skill. Like, I guess it's just nonsense. Like, it is just silly. I think we win this turn. I kind of want to do this just to remove the... What's better, removing the defense down, or removing the attack down, or doing the Buster card first, because it's, you know, just better. Like, it doesn't matter because I can't die because we're gonna give ourselves invulnerability, so... This is ridiculous, though. What the fuck? Yeah, I think Goetia's dead here. Imagine Goetia's plan being stopped by this, by the way. You know what's fucked, chat? I think she can solo this even if you put her on the front row and she gets smacked by the NP. Because you could give her a gut CE and I think she could recover from that and still win. Now, that would hurt her long-term value, obviously, but I think she could pull that off. You could put her in the front... Wow, he lived. But yeah, I think you could put her in the straight-up front row with a gut CE, or if one of the throwaway units gives her guts or whatever, and she could, you know, have guts proc and then run it back. Like, I think Herc can do that too now. I'm actually pretty sure you could put Herc in the front and win like that too now. Like, actually, definitely. Because there aren't a lot of units that can do that. But, I mean, again, I think there'd be a little bit of RNG in it. Like, those couple of turns where you're trying to recover. But you just front load. Use her third skill sooner. Use her second skill because we didn't need those much. I definitely think she can win and be in the front row. Gramps can too, also, though he kind of relies on being a high NP rank to do that, and there's a bit of RNG there for him as well. But yeah, I think Hurt can do it. I think she can do it. I think Gramps can do it. Gramps, again, pretty kind of shaky to do it, but he can do it. There's probably a few other ones. I'm just closing it because I don't want to reset the thing again because it's a pain in the butt. But yeah, she kind of beat that with flying colors. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up, but I want to do one more thing. If we can get Herc again, I want to try Herc in the front, because I very much think Herc can run that back now. Might be hard to summon Beastly, though. I don't think he's been on in a while. Oh, I want to do Canis again, though. Okay, we'll do Canis, because she popped up. Alright. So, I think her peak performance would be with Atlas, but the RNG would be insane. Like, I really do think her best showing, the lowest she could get Goetia's health and potentially maybe even winning would be with Atlas, but the consistency would be terrible. I think the most consistent results you're going to get out of her are with Anniversary Blonde, especially if your Anniversary Blonde is actually rank 10. But so we're gonna go with Anniversary Blonde. But I do think in like a perfect world where things go really well, I do think you can get her third skill twice against Goetia, and overall I think you'll do more damage that way. But I think we're talking like 10%, you know, like run. You know, it would be very rare that you'd get a good run like that, because you would need lucky crits when you don't have a lot of star gen and that kind of thing. So. Damage cuts that only lower by like 300 and stuff like that are actually really good because they work with defense up. So let's say you've got the damage cut command code and then you've got a damage cut CE and then you have a defense skill. It's very relevant. Now on some units it's not. Like on a Berserker like Hercules, having damage cut is, you know, nothing. I actually want to try Medea here if she was totally maxed. I don't know anyone that has a truly maxed Medea though. I've seen some that are close, but I fucking love this song, dude. Some final boss music. Yeah, you'd want 2k foe, level 100, 10, 10, 10, and limit broken black grail. I have no idea what command codes would be best for her, but something. Yeah, damage cut is the total hit, and hit count has nothing to do with damage or anything. Like the only thing hit count does is reapply your gain formula, like your star gen, your NP gain, those kinds of things. But in terms of damage and command codes and, you know, things like that, it doesn't have any effect on anything. Damage cut though is just very, very powerful. It's just something that has to be used in the right context, and a lot of people don't realize that. But damage cut actually can be busted as fuck. I literally was just responding to Rex there. I was like backing up what he was saying. Don't kill Canis on turn 1. That's like the whole shtick here. Okay, that's the start. Although I would have preferred the Buster to be first, so the damage cut applied to that one, but see, a run like this is where you actually have a chance of doing Atlas and going around the wheel and everything, but you know, we kept getting art attacked and shit. I don't know, maybe we do go with Atlas. Hey, Arjuna with the gifted sub, thank you. With Vague Admiral. Okay. Do we go for the double NP? That's what he was telling me to do. But we could... The problem is the Stargen. We'll do Nobu next time. It's gonna be sad, but we'll do it. Unless you mean Berserker Nobu, she might actually be able to win. So one thing you can do is you basically NP and just focus on NP gain, and then you NP again, and now you have double crit buff, and that's the one you apply all the shit to. The song's from Sonic 3. It's the major boss theme from Sonic 3. Like when you fight Metal Sonic, I'm sorry, Mecha Sonic, and like, you know, the big Eggman final boss and stuff. So, what would, I guess, fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna do it this way. I should try it the other way sometime, though. I'm like, I could get the attack downs, you know, like, I kind of want to take the damage while I got it. But I can see why doing it the other way might be better. Because you double crit buff, and you have all these other buffs. Fuck, man! God! Now, just think, if I had my fucking Mystic Code at level 10, that would be less likely to happen, which would be really not 98 fucking %. So yeah, if I had done quick, I would have double NP'd there. So I could have, I could have done the thing. I was really hoping for a... What?! How did none of those crit? Because I still had the crit buff and the 40% attack buff. Motherfucker, man. So much potential damage just right out the goddamn window. Oh, it feels bad. There was so many things that could have gone better there. Well, yet again, she would have won if she was a Cavalry class, but not. We can definitely do better than this. That was shit. That was so shit. We missed so many. We had the 40% attack up and the crit buff for 5 cards, and one of them crit. So 4 out of 5 didn't crit when we had the 40% attack buff, and and they even had good crit chances too. So feels bad. We can definitely get farther than that. Like I'm confident that she can get farther than that. Honestly, I think we probably will get a Shinji servant at some point. I do think that's going to happen. Hard to say when, but eventually. Okay, I think we'll wrap up there. It's getting pretty late for me, but that was fun. We still got to do more stuff. I want to move past Goetia really bad because I want to actually sit down and play this account. But, you know, I want to make a Hot Wheels video for this and things like that. And there's other things we got to test. You got to do Nobu. We got to do better with Canis, and I got to show off Herc. But yeah, we can definitely. I like how we've never gotten a good run with Canis. It's annoying me. All right, boys. let us raid somebody. I do kind of want to try the Atlas route. The problem with Atlas is just the fact that your crit chance is so much worse. Yeah, this guy is streaming, Phantom guy, I think it is streaming Fate Extella Link, so we'll rate that. Which I know a lot of people don't like that game, and I'm kind of in that camp, but yeah, it can be fun to check out from time to time. So besides, the Phantom guy's awesome. So, all right, boys, you'll have a good one. I'm gonna go crash. I'll do my best to stream tomorrow. I'm pretty much at the mercy if I can breathe at night or not, so we'll just have to see. But hopefully I'll be able to stream tomorrow. Later, everybody.